Good morning, folks. I hope everyone is cool. You guys can hear me, and if anyone is here, please let me know that. Let me me a message to this everyone. Type. Yeah, guys, if you guys can hear me, everything is cool. Please let me know that before going furthermore. I hope you guys can hear me. Getting and echo. Okay, okay. Now is that good? I mean, now is there any echo, or it's okay now? Okay, now it's okay, right? Thank you, Greg, for confirming. Just one more, one more message need to know that if it is okay or not. I have like 1 minute left before 8:30. So those people who would love to join me around 8:30, they will be able to join around 30. Hey Faiza, how are you, brother? Where are you from? Faiza. Seems like a Bengali name. A Bengali name actually. This, yeah. Where are you from? Please let me know, brother. Good morning, Jaka. And short week, good morning, Kuba. Retail concepts for life. That's cool, brother. I really appreciate it, man. Uh, Greg, good morning, brother. Julian, good morning. Let's see who else is over here. We have news around 10 a.m. You can see we have PMI, so no trade is valid before 10 a.m. New York local time. You will have to wait until 10 a.m. and then you have to go for the trade. Hey, Mariana, how are you, sir? How are you, ma'am? I hope you're cool, sister. Good morning, Suzy. Thank you so much, guys, for being over here. I have a lot to give you over here. I know that's gonna be very complicated, but please rewatch this first 1 hour later, okay? So it everything will be absolutely clear if you just rewatch one more time by giving the pause to understand what I'm trying to deliver over here. I believe that it's gonna be really so important and valuable information for those people who are really interested to know the price action. Okay, please make sure that you're going to, if you miss the things right now, you have rewatched it later. Please do that for me. Okay, this is really a kind request. Bondia Jamil and Imar Karsai, good morning, brother. So, Familia, I didn't know you were here. Good morning, Sophia. How is this? I'm just going to my chart, okay? And just remember today, no trade is valid before 10 a.m. New York local time. Simply no trade is valid. This is the live streaming page. I hope every single one of you has pushed the like button. Actually, you didn't. 42 people are watching, 13 likes. So make sure that you have pushed the like button. Otherwise, I will stay over here in this tab, except this tab. Okay, so please make sure you have pushed the like button over here. Every single one of you push the like button. Please do that for us, for our community, for our channel. That's all. Good morning, Donaldo. Khurshid, good morning, brother. I really would love to come to the chart. And before going anywhere else, I would love to talk about this entry over here. Now, it's not an entry for you guys. I'm not influencing any of you to take entry after 7:30, from 7:30 to 9:30. Please don't go for any sort of entry. I just pushed the button over here to show you the reaction and the reversal. However, I would love to talk about this at first, and then we'll go for further price action. For explaining this one, I have to come to the 15-minute chart in a short period of time. And you can see this is that 15-minute bullish gap around this area. Market came here. All the level I'll talk later, but for now, market came here, built relatively equal highs, went higher, cleared that relatively equal highs, trade this old 15-minute FVZ from yesterday. Why this FVZ? Because below this FVZ, I have the others FVZ over here. This was the FVG which was inside this new week opening gap. There was a new week opening gap. So I told you, remember, as long as the daily candle is not going to close below this new week opening gap or old week opening gap, I'll be bullish. While the market will close below this gap, I will start to look for bearishness. I will cover everything, but for now, just look at this 50-minute gap over here, which is important to me. Just look what I'm showing to you. Okay, it came here, took relatively equal highs, trade the consonant crossband perfectly, fall again, took that relatively equal lows or the liquidity here, trade the lower quadrant of the premium and discount here, and then went higher. When it came here, like too far, trade the highest up close body close candle, which is an bearish order block. Extend it to your right, it trade that order block, fall. While this market was falling, this is the last FVG from 15-minute chart. This candle has closed above this last FVG, come back again, trade that order block, came here to this 15-minute FVG. That was important while the market was falling, and was going to trade this most obvious bullish FVG from the 15-minute chart. On other hand, this FVG is gonna be my most important FVG today if it is not broken before 9:30. So that FVG, while the market was coming to trade this FVG for the first time after finishing the upper job, while it was coming here, I was more interested to look for the lowest FVG, down close candle FVG or the CV, and going to take the liquidity. That's heavy. It came here, I needed some reaction over here. So this is that gap which actually you see from 1-minute chart. I called it the first FVG. That is that first FVG from 15-minute chart. So I'm coming back to 1-minute chart. This is that same first FVG from 15-minute chart. This is that bullish FVG from 15-minute chart you have just seen. Gonna extend it to a bit higher. So it came here, perfectly respected the low of this gap. This is something like so beautiful, so perfect around here. So when I've seen this perfectness over here, and the next candle closed above this candle, one tick above this candle, that was my one of the best order blocks. So I was actually on my phone, so I put the market order instead of the limit order. However, it is just push the button over here. My target was 20 handle. I was thinking this is 20 handle, but now I can see it's 19 handle 2 tick. So my target was 20 handle. I was interested to look for 20 handle. I was not interested to look for the PDRS. But now I would love to show you the PDRS. When this market came here, it has a job to give me a short term, like reaction. The reaction can send the market either to this last FVG or the entry FVG. So if I mark that last and entry FVG over here around this area all together with the volume imbalance, and divide it by the quadrant level around here, that the quadrant level, you see this lower quadrant of this both area, that was my target. Now I was thinking this is 20 handle, to be honest, and I was needed to see this market to tap to this lower quadrant before this market falls. So I wanted to catch that reaction, but according to the logic, this market can simply trade this gap and start to reverse from here. That is why I told around 7 a.m. or the London session, if you target 15 handle, most of the time you're not gonna get, you are going to get the profit. Okay, most of the time you're going to get the profit. But here I was just looking for that lower quadrant, and this market just failed me for a bit. It just didn't tap over here. Instead to, then it actually reversed. While it was reversing, and this market from 1-minute chart fall, this is that gap which is the lowest gap before trading a very important FVG. This is that gap. Market inversed this gap. Can I believe this gap? No, I can't. I have to wait for this market to take that low over here. Then next time it will close above this gap, I can simply take the entry over here without any sort of confusion to go for the 50% this time, because market previously tapped to the low of this whole area. So still this gap, I should not use it right now because I was just showing you the price action before 9:30. So I will look for them actually after 9:30. If the market is above this gap around 9:30, I'm gonna use this gap again to take the buy from that area to until this 50% of this whole gap or the whole range around that area. So here when I asked you the question, first you will ask yourself why the market will go higher, because it should give me the reaction the way this market created that candles over here with the precision. It should give me the reaction. Now why it didn't reach to my TP, the reason is the whole zone here, market is watching it as an imbalance and it needs to trade that imbalance. I needed the precision, so my target was the lower quadrant. Now again, I was with my phone, so you can see my target was a bit higher of this lower quadrant, but it should be just exactly to the low, which I was thinking it's 20 handle, something like that. Again, I needed the precision. I didn't get my boom. But if I was interested to look for the point, I mean, sorry, the what to say, I mean, the PDRS, then I should have either closed the trade to the low of this gap, or like what to say, I mean, the take the partial, put stop loss to the break even to see if it can just hit my target, whatever it is. So it is the differences between the PDRS and the risk to reward ratio. So some of you, we actually trade 1:2, right? So actually I would love to go for 1:2. Every single trade should be 1:2. I'm against these things. Now if you really follow these things, 1:2, that means every trade you are going to close at least 1:2, and you are getting profit from there, I really appreciate it. I have no objection for that. But I am personally against these things, which is called 1:2. It means that I'm bounding myself to go or hold the trade until the two, where I'm gonna ignore the PDRS. I know this gap can, like this box can stop the market, send it to lower, but still I'm forcing myself to give me 1:2 or risk to reward ratio. In other words, what I do, I love to take the partial around the most logical PD array, which is, you can see, 15 handle according to the rules of the morning session, sorry, London session, and the 7 a.m. We should target 15 handle. So what I need to do here, I need to take the partial over here, at least the partial, or close the trade over here, put the stop loss to the break even, and then I'll let the market to go. If it really keep going higher to trade any of this quadrant level before falling, I will have no problem. Anybody has any question about this anymore? I mean, if you have any question, please let me know before I'm just going furthermore. I needed to clear this. I hope it's clear to you to understand the reaction and the reversal, when you should look for the reaction, how you are going to predict that reaction, how far you should predict the reaction, like everything. Okay, if it is clear, I'll just move on. But if you are not interested, I mean, if you still have some confusion, please let me know that. I would love to move on. Thank you, Pamilia, for that. Penguin and Belmont, thank you so much, guys. I agree. I have tried many strategies with 1:2 risk to reward, and even though it works, my psychological makeup would cause me to tilt and blow my account. I am strongly against this 1:2 risk to reward ratio. I believe that is a trap for the new or the beginners. That is the trap, because most experienced trader, they don't look for 1:2. Either they close the trade as soon as possible, for example, according to ICT himself, low hanging fruit. And if you go for the Larry Williams, who are the legends, they actually hold the trade as long as they can hold, but they never look at 1:2 risk to reward ratio. This is just a trap, and those people who are actually showing this to you, they will never show you the exact thing they're blowing or they're doing. Okay, so sometimes when it is working 1:2, they're just going to show this to you, and when it's not working and market is just like bit below of this 1:2, and then they got a stop, you will never be able to see this execution from them. So that is my opinion. Again, I'm not judging anyone, I'm just interested to show you the logic behind not to follow the 1:2. Instead of that, you should look for the PDRS, at least to take the partial, put your stop loss to the break even. If you can do that, that's gonna change your whole trading style or whole perception about trading. Okay, and as I can see that there is no comment or no confusion, I would love to move on. I'm gonna remove all of these things. On. Yes. So I'll start from the daily chart. This is the daily chart. I'm not gonna go for the ICT's propulsion block, sorry, suspension block here, because it's really difficult for me to understand when I should use the set toggle it to 1 to find out this volume imbalance to make it as a suspension block or any sort of PDRS. I have no idea when I should do that. I hope ICT later, maybe he will reveal when you should toggle it 1 and when you should toggle it off. Now some of you can have the confusion why this set button is important. If you toggle it 1, the set button, then you are going to see the price action, which is the settlement price action. That means from 9:30 to 4:14, this price is showing you the price is actually showing you the data in between 9:30 to 4:14. If you toggle it to 1, if you toggle it off, you're going to get the electronic trading hour price action. So previously I actually toggled it to 1. Long time I kept it toggled to 1, but later I found that it's really so confusing for me, and I'm not sure when I should actually toggle it off, toggle it to 1. This is my lackings. I have no idea how I can recover this. So what I did, I just simply let it go and make it toggle it off all the time to get the price action from the electronic trading hour, not the regular trading hour. Okay, so it's my opinion. Again, if you have an idea when you should toggle it on, toggle it off, do it. No objection. Okay, please do that. However, this is that gap while this market was going higher. You see, this market was going higher, higher, higher. It has cleared all the buy side liquidity. Trade this daily last FVZ that I didn't mark right now. From 4-hour chart, it has traded the 4-hour last FVZ. I've already showed them all of them to you. And then while it was, I was expecting some sort of reaction. I was not interested to see it will keep falling as long as the body didn't close below this opening gap or the new week opening gap. So in the lower time frame, when you will see this quadrant level, all of this quadrant level in a very thin line, which is -1, you can see here, this in thin line, you will understand that this is the opening gap. So yesterday, the day before yesterday, while the market was here, I told that I'm not bearish as long as the body is not going to close below this area. If the body close below this area, I will start to look for sell for this volume imbalance over here. Okay, this is my target, not this low, not that low, not nothing. Just this volume imbalance is gonna be my target as long as this market is below this or to say, I mean, the volume imbalance or the new week opening gap, old week opening gap, whatever you say. This is the new week opening gap. From this week, this candle close, that candle open, you are going to see this box. I will change the color so that later you are not going to get confused. So I'm gonna keep it yellow. This is new week opening gap from my from this week. Okay, so this old week opening gap, new week opening gap. Why this new week opening gap is important? Because this new week opening gap is inside that new week opening gap. I'm gonna give it a highest priority over here. As long as this market is going to react, it should react from this area, from that specific new week opening gap, as it is residing inside this old week opening gap. So I'm gonna go a bit lower time frame. Before going lower time frame, would love to show you this gap. While the market was going higher, this is the highest gap. While it has traded the new day opening gap over here, sorry, not new day opening gap, daily bearish gap over here. While it was approaching inside this gap, that was the highest gap over here. In 1 minute chart, you keep seeing this gap as a first FVZ. Market inversed this. I'm not interested to believe this gap anymore as long as this market is not going to trade this gap and take some sort of liquidity over. I mean, it's like something like this. Let me show you this. It fall, tap here. I'm not interested to use this gap to take the sell. I would love to wait to see if it can take this high, then closed below this gap. It's now important to me to look for some sort of sell side liquidity or everything. As you can see, it perfectly worked as inverse gap. I didn't need to take that one or take this one because most of the time it doesn't work. So I don't want to use this one like that way for the first time as inverse way. Of course, if you are good at inverse parallel gap, you can use it, but I am not interested to use it as a inverse gap for the first time without clearing any sort of liquidity. Market just built over here. However, I mean, as in hindsight, I can simply see that so beautifully it has been respected over here, and market closed below this new week opening gap, old week opening gap. Market went higher. Now it is retracing, or maybe it is falling. How long it will fall, we'll look for that later. But right now, I would love to come over here for my lower time frame. So I'm coming to 1 hour chart. In 1 hour chart, this is that inverse gap from the daily chart. This is that relatively equal highs, this high and that high. They're the relatively equal highs over here. Market has cleared all the buy side liquidity over here. All the buy side liquidity has been cleared over here. Then give me the market structure shift, FVZ over here. Market trade that FVZ, build the order block, trade that order block, fall, took all the sell side liquidity, went through everything, came here, traded that old FVZ from the hourly chart, last FVZ, failed to clear that high. Instead of that, build relatively equal highs. People are watching it as a resistance over here. So then it has started to fall. Now, Sophia, if she's here, she asked me a question yesterday. uh, why I was thinking that market is not going to take that liquidity. Instead of that, it's going to fall, and it's gonna do that. No, I was not bearish yesterday. I was bearish until this equilibrium of the 50%. So what I did, I marked that buy side liquidity and the low over here. So let me actually go over here, not the sell side liquidity, that low over here, that low and the buy side liquidity. I needed to see the reaction first. As the market went too higher, it should build the relatively equal highs so that people can start to think this is a double top. So when it is a double top, market will start to fall. They will start to chase the market. I will look for the sell as long as it's not coming here, which is the best area. And below this, I had some sort of sell side liquidity from 1 minute chart. So while this candle cleared that sell side liquidity, I'm not bearish anymore. No bearishness in this market. I'm now extremely bullish for this buy side liquidity as long as this market is not tapping to the deep discounted area. If it come to this deep discounted area, I'm not bullish anymore. I'll start to look for sell for this sell side liquidity, because after building that buy side liquidity, this market should not come to the deep discounted area. If it come to this deep discounted area, there is gonna be happen 99% of the time. It's gonna give me the consolidation in between deep premium, deep discount, like some type of consolidation or like bouncing, and then finally market is going to clear that low. If I have some sort of sell side liquidity, that's going to be cleared. It doesn't need to do that consolidation. Instead of that, it can simply fall like this candle, one candle, two candles, just take that liquidity. It also can do that. But all I would love to see, the sell side liquidity or that low is going to be cleared. That's the first thing I would love to see from that market, that this low is going to be triggered and market is going to take that low. So yesterday I was bearish until here while this market came here, and more importantly that week which has cleared that 1 minute clean liquidities, I was bearish over here. After that, I'm interested only to take the buy. But if when the market came to this deep discounted area, I was not interested to look for any sort of buy over there. I was more interested to look for sell from here until the next PDRA. While it will come to the next PDRA, the whole PM session through the Discord live, I showed you all like lot of buying opportunity over there, how to take all of this buying opportunity or everything I have just explained over there around the PM session Discord live. I don't know any of you has recorded it or not, but it was really highly important or information over there. I showed you the tune FVZ as well in live market, and I just told you that it's like something like 100% losing proof, something like that. Until now, I never saw it didn't work. However, I would love to come over here now to the right now price action. So around the uh, closing time yesterday, I told you just look for the same thing I showed you yesterday, today, but in a opposite way. What do I mean by that? Just look for this high. This is the dealing range high, not that buy side liquidity, relatively equal highs. That high and the sell side liquidity, which is here, this low and that low. When you are going to see that market is falling for this sell side liquidity. Yesterday, I was interested to look for this buy side liquidity, so this was my dealing range. Today, according to the logics, well, it came here to this deep discounted area. All of these things has told me that I should switch my bias from buy side to sell side liquidity. So I will look for the highest high that has cleared all other highs and build the sell side liquidity, old sell side liquidity over here. I'm more interested to look for that sell side liquidity as my dealing range low. So I'm gonna mark the dealing range low. Sorry, not that one. The dealing range low now over here, that low, this low. Okay, that sell side liquidity is gonna be my dealing range low. So those people who are going to show you the dealing range in a like it has to clear the high low, bullshit. This is all the bullshit. Please don't focus over here. If you would love to study the dealing range in the right way, I'm gonna show you the right way you should look for that. And I promise you, brother, most of the time you will see how logical it is. However, I told you to look for the exactly the opposite thing yesterday. What did I tell you? After building the buy side liquidity, market will reverse the constant crossman, then it will go for that buy side liquidity. The same thing today. After building the sell side liquidity, new sell side liquidity and the old sell side liquidity, which is called the strongest liquidity. After building that, market will first go higher. How far? Until the 50%. It should not touch this line over here, which is the deep premium area. If it come over here, it means this market is some kind of market. You should not touch it. So what is going to be my bias today? Of course, bullish. I'm extremely bullish. How long? Until the equilibrium. Why this equilibrium? because of the dealing days. What else do I have over here? Remember this old new week opening gap or old week opening gap? I showed you the thinner line and deeper line over here. The thinner line, deeper line. This is that thinner line. Look at the equilibrium of that old week opening gap, which is here 0.5%, which is the 50% of that old week opening gap. What else do you have over here? New week opening gap. Friday close, Sunday open this week. What is the equilibrium? This is the 50%. So you can see all the price is building a strong zone over here, which is this equilibrium area. All the things like old week opening gap, that is gonna used for the bias. Am I long-term bearish for this area, or am I long-term bullish for this all-time high? That's gonna be decided by this old week opening gap, as the old week opening gap is very prominent. If you go one more time for the weekly chart, and you will be able to see that, sorry, the daily chart, you'll be able to see that there is not even a single gap you can compare with this gap, opening gap, right? This candle close, this candle high. Now if I ask you, brother, mark the most obvious gap over here, I believe every single one of you will be able to mark this gap, because this is the gap that is absolutely different from every single other new week opening gap. Now, if I don't have anything like that, I don't need to mark that. If I have that, I have to use that. If you guys remember, I have used this gap a lot of times and predicted the sell as long as it was not going to close above this area. So that is that type of gap I'm showing you here over here, which is very, very easy to mark. No confusion, nothing over here. Just simply just mark this one, like without any sort of comparison. So this is that gap where the 50% is over here. I'm extremely bullish until this 50%. Market doesn't need to go over there, but I will keep looking for that area as long as the market is not going to give me the highly risk, I mean, sorry, how to say that, like it is extremely bearish. As long as it's not going to show that, I'm extremely bullish for this equilibrium for today. However, after reaching over here, I'll start to look for sell again. Now let's come over here, which I am interested to show you today, because I've already spent 25 minutes to show you the basic. Now it's time to go over here. Yesterday, market came to the lower quadrant, not this line. When I marked it in the right way, you know that where was the lower quadrant. So it came here. This was the hourly last FVG. So I would love to show you this hourly last FVG around here. And you can see one candle has closed below this hourly last FVG here. Just let me mark it hourly last FVG so you'll understand what I'm meaning to say. It closed below here, then closed above the consonant crossment or inside this gap again. I called it a fake breakout. Fake breakout means market interested not to fall, to take the sell side liquidity right now. It would love to go higher for the retracement, or maybe to finish some unfinished business. Then it will fall again to take that sell side liquidity. That is called the fake breakout. It's a sign I'm coming back again, coming back to take that sell side liquidity, which in type of this scenario, you can see here, this is that old last FVG from the hourly chart below the, what to say, I mean the buy side liquidity. As you can see, every single candle perfectly respected the 50% of this hourly last FVG so beautifully. So it left the sign, I'm not interested to go higher before taking the sell side liquidity. This gap, that gap, they're the both same. If the body close below that consonant crossment, that's more than enough for me to think that now the market is more interested to take that sell side liquidity. But if I see the fake breakout, that is gonna be the over confirmation for me that today or tomorrow, before clearing the buy side liquidity, market is falling for this sell side liquidity, because market left the sign over here. So I'm gonna give the highest priority to this gap, which is I called the last FVG, in a specific leg, the last FVG above the sell side liquidity. Below the buy side liquidity, just let me show you this, below the buy side liquidity, the last FVG is over here. So this gap, I always try to input it or include it with my analysis to understand the bias, to understand the setup, to understand the price action, everything. I just use this type of gaps. Now I'm gonna remove that on. I'm gonna keep this hourly last FVG. Now you will have a question, why the market closed below this gap and came until here. First of all, this is the week, you can see, that has traded this gap over here. See this gap over here, which is also the real last FVG to that specific price action. That means while the market was falling above the sell side liquidity, which is here. I have some sell side liquidity, I think here. Oh no, sorry, my mistake. This is the last FVG above this sell side liquidity, so I can use this last FVG to take the sell for this sell side liquidity, but I can't use this last FVG to as an inverse way because I don't have the sell side liquidity below this area. So this is the last FVG above that low, which I can't use to take the sell or as an inverse way. But this gap I can use as an inverse way, as I have the sell side liquidity over here, this low and that low relatively equal low. So this is the differences in between these two last FVG. This last FVG just for uh, thinking about that low. Can it take that low? If it is broken, then market is going to take that low. It's gonna go for the next bullish PDRA, in my opinion, which is over here. And this gap you are also willing to see, and you are also able to use this last FVG as an inverse way, as you have the sell side liquidity over here. However, I would love to show you this week that low or that candle has traded that gap over here, cleared all of the lows over here, trade that old last FVG over here. This week quadrant level is very important to me. You can see I have marked this by the quadrant level. I don't want to see not even a single body to close below the upper quadrant level of that week. Yeah, it can trade the 50%, it can trade the lower quadrant. It should not trade the low. It should not do that. Maximum the lower quadrant, 50%, upper quadrant, or the high of this week. Any of this level can be traded. All I'm not interested to see is the body close below the upper quadrant of this week. Now, as you can see here, so beautiful reaction from the upper quadrant, so beautiful. Don't worry, I'm gonna show you more precision over here, but for now I need to finish the 1 hour candle, 1 hour area. So 1 hour, from 1 hour area, this is the last gap, build the fake breakout, lowest down close body close candle, order block, trading the order block. Maybe it will fall one more time until the mean threshold before going higher. I'm extremely bullish today. As long as this market is above this gap, I'm extremely bullish. I'm not bearish. How long I'm bullish? Until this equilibrium. After reaching over here, I will start to look for sell, only sell, only sell, only sell. No bullishness, no biasness, I'm sorry, no other things. While it will come here, I will start to look for the selling opportunity from there. As long as this market is above this gap, I'll look for the buy. It closed below this gap, I'll start to look for sell for this sell side liquidity. That is how I'm gonna plan for today's trading. So from hourly chart, you have seen it has closed below this gap, traded that weak quadrant. Why all of this information is needed? It is important for you if you are interested to take a trade around that area. Now I'm coming to 15-minute chart. So this is that hourly last FVG you are seeing over here. This is that hourly last FVG. Below this hourly last FVG, I have this 15-minute last FVG. That means above this sell side liquidity, remember this line is the sell side liquidity. Above this line, this is the last FVG. If the market closed below this last FVG, I'm more interested to take the sell from this last FVG to until the sell side liquidity, as I have the sell side liquidity over here. So I'm gonna break the hourly chart into the 15-minute chart so that I can get more precision, more precise area to look for the sell for today. And for yesterday, I will start to look for buy while it will come over here to this 50-minute last FVG. Now what happened to this 50-minute last FVG? It closed below the 50% of this last FVG over here. So you can see the body has closed below the 50%, which is a sign to me later this market is coming back, breaking this last FVG from 50-minute chart and going to take the sell side liquidity, or at least the low that has built this last FVG, that leg has built this last FVG. Okay, so as long as this is going to close below the consequent encroachment, that is the sign this market will come back again. However, if it closes below this last FVG, that is more confirmation it will must fall, something like that. But as you can see, it just closed below this consequent encroachment. It's more than enough for me to think about a sell while the market will close below this last FVG for the next time. However, yesterday when I was here in the Discord, I told that I came here to take a buy. Like, look, listen to me very carefully. I came here to take a buy before 2:30. I'm not saying, let's see if I can take a sell, if I can take a buy. No, no, nothing like that way. I'm here to take a buy before 2:30 because we have the earning news after 2:30. So like around the closing. So no trade should be valid around the PM session. But if I would love to trade, I have to find out an opportunity to take entry before 2:30. So I have to finish the trading before 2:30. So that's gonna be happen. Okay. After that, it's gonna be good price action, bad price action. I really don't care about that. However, it go below this 15-minute last FVC, I told that you are going to see a wick from 15-minute chart. There will be a wick over here. Why it was that? I'll go over there and just hold on over here. So for the first time market came here to this 15-minute last FVC. Of course, we are going to expect some kind of reaction from there. You have to look for that reaction. How far the reaction can happen? Until this old last FVC, which is over here, which was inside this old weak opening gap. So while this market came here for the first time, I'm more interested to look for the buy from there. If I would love to look for the buy, where is going to be the gap? This gap, right? So over here, I'm going to extend it to my right. How this gap is going to be important? While this market is falling and came to this last gap, which is below, see this clean lows from 1 minute chart, that was the clean lows. Market came here, I'm now bullish. While this market came here, the last FVC is over here. If the candle close above this last FVC, am I going to take the buy over here? I will never believe this gap. It trade this gap, fall, took that liquidity, then closed above this gap. This gap is going to be very important to me to take the buy from here. Okay, just if I'm bullish, I need to look for the buy. So while the market will fall and do all the job over there, all the job will be done, and then it will start to go for this buy side liquidity. Market left over here and the all-time high, this old gap, maybe after 1 month, after 10 months, after 5 months, I don't know when it will come back again. When it will come back again above this gap, after finishing all the job over here, this gap is gonna be that type of gap, very important gap for me to take the buy. At the same time, this is the gap over here, which is actually the last gap. Market tap here, started to go higher. This gap stopped the market, send it lower, took that low. And when the liquidity has been cleared, come back again to this specific gap. I know that guys, it's gonna be a bit confusing. I promise you, brother, if you watch it one more time, it's gonna make a lot of sense to you. Came here, trade there, fall, last FVC, switched to the bias. I'm not bullish anymore, I'm bearish, only bearish. Came back again to this old gap, which has been respected so beautifully here, closed below this gap, come back again here, respected the constant encroachment, start to fall. If I'm bearish, I'll start to look for the selling opportunity while it came here for the first time. Then from there, I'll start to look for the sell side liquidity or every other things. Okay, however it is. This is how you will start to look for the opportunities, to look for the opportunity from there, opportunities from there until a PD array, then opportunities from here while it has taken all the liquidity. All of these gaps are going to be important for you like that way. Now I'm coming back to this area, why this market went a bit below of this 50-minute last FVC over here, 50-minute last FVC, and came until here. I'm coming to 1 minute chart. This is that 1 minute chart and this is that price action. As you can see here, above this sell side liquidity, remember this is the sell side liquidity, just because of my quadrant level it doesn't show the line, red line. Above this sell side liquidity, where is your last fair value gap from your 1 minute chart? That is why I'm giving you the highest priority of the last FVZ. This is the last FVZ, which is just above this sell side liquidity. This is the last FVZ, but this last FVZ has been broken by the body. That means body has closed that last FVZ. So if I would love to use this last FVZ to take the sell, yes, it is valid. That means I'm interested to take the sell. Mark that last FVZ, extend it to the right, and you can use it as long as the market is not going to take this high. So if it doesn't take that high, closed below this gap, I'm able to take the sell from there to take this sell side liquidity. But when this high has been cleared over here, this last FVZ doesn't have any value to me. It doesn't have any value because it is not the last FVZ to that specific leg. It has built the last FVZ over here. Now for this last FVZ, you can see here, this is very small, just like very small. So what I have done, I added this FVZ with this last FVZ to get more precision, to get more beautiful price action. So added both of them from 1 minute chart, extend it to my right around here. Sorry, let me go over there just a second. Came here and mark this 1 minute last FVZ. So from 15-minute chart around this area, market, you have seen body closed below the constant encroachment from 15-minute chart. There is just a wick where the wick came, 1 minute last FVZ, more precision, right? And where exactly to that quadrant level from the hourly chart perfectly trade over here. So you have seen a buying opportunity yesterday. From here I took the buy even before the confirmation because I was afraid market is not going to give me the entry opportunities, and you have seen how many times it just leave me without me, just didn't tap to the area I was interested to take the buy, but instead of that it just leave me. So I was really so afraid, and then I have put my stop loss below this area, and then later I actually moved it a bit lower. Just fortunately I didn't get a stop out over here. Market closed above this gap while the market is falling. This is the last gap. Tap here, took the liquidity, closed above this, tap to this gap, market should start to go higher. You can see this candle open, never tap over here. This was the what to say, I mean the beauty of yesterday. The history repeatal things that market was not interested to give us the entry. So I was afraid of that, I'm gonna miss the trade. That's why I just took early entry and then give the boom, and market went so beautifully over here. So here, while it is an unfinished business, market didn't tap over here. At the same time, lowest down close, body close candles are the order block. I marked that order block, that unfinished business. I also show you the 22 YT model unfinished business, how the market is more interested to finish the 22 YT model. Always, it give you the importance, the levels building by the 22 YT model. So here market structure shift, entry fair value gap, last FVG, market never tapped to this entry gap or the last FVG. Instead of that, market went higher. What was our target? This 22 YT model, this entry gap, this last gap, that they are the importance or the target for us. So here to here, which is also an unfinished business. What do I mean by that? That means market went higher, cleared liquidity, market structure shift, entry gap, last FVG, never trade it. You can see it failed to trade it. Instead of that, it has fallen, build another bullish 22 YT model. First, it failed to come to this old 22 YT model over here, around here. It failed, it came here, build relatively equal highs, old FVG over here. What is this FVG? Exactly the same 15-minute FVG I showed you from the 50-minute chart. I'm just not going in details over here, but this is the same FVG around that area. Nothing is hindsight, everything was in live. I was in live in the Discord, if you guys remember. Came here, I told that for the next time it will come here, it's gonna break that with speed. So you can see here, it failed to tap to this gap here. It just failed, because if it touch here means it should keep going here. What happened actually over there? For the first time it came here, it just went through this gap area like so beautifully around here, because for the first time it gave me the confirmation. Next time it will tap here, it's gonna keep going higher. Didn't do that. Instead of that, fail to touch this gap, build relatively equal highs, fall to finish the unfinished business. Order block, this gap, 22 YT model, every single thing should be finished. Come back, finished it. I was interested to take the buy from this order block. As you can see here, consecutive order block validated by this candle. As I told, market is not interested to give the entry yesterday, simply didn't give me the entry, missed that trade. Then I showed you the breaker block. I showed you how beautifully it perfectly respected the breaker block, build the mohawk. I clearly told you this is the breaker block that give me 95% winning rate. It never make me disappointed, never ever. It never ever made me disappointed. Then I built that 20 tune FVG over here. I clearly told that until now I never see it failed. So it closed here, tap over here until this high, which is the most recent swing high. It should take that on, and then if it would love to reverse or whatever it would love to do, it can do. Otherwise, I'm more interested to see this market to come to this whole area, around this area, which is the 22 YT model unfinished business over here. After that, is it going to go higher or is it going to fall? I don't care. This is that relatively equal highs. I'm gonna mark that one over here. That is that relatively equal highs. Market closed above this last FVG over here. Let me actually show that to you. Just the last FVG around here, closed for the first time above this last FVG. Would love to take the entry from here for this buy side liquidity, which is here. That to you. Would love to take the buy from the last FVG rules. Where should be my stop loss? One tick below this low, which has validated this last FVG as an inverse way. Target this buy side liquidity plus 5 handle, wherever the 5 handle is gonna be. We'll take some loss here for 17 handle for the first time, and then for the next time when it is going to close above this last FVG one more time, for the next candle I'm gonna take the buy again from here without any sort of confusing or any short of doubt or anything. It closed here, we'll take the buy, sorry, buy over here from this gap. Stop loss where it's gonna be the stop loss below the candle, so not here, actually my mistake, it should be here. The next time it has closed above this last FVG and tap to this last FVG, where should be my stop loss? One, two, three, these three candle, because all of these three candle used to be, I mean, it has been used to validate this last FVG again as the inverse way. So my stop loss will be just one tick below that low over here, below that candle, around this candle, tap here, closed, respected constant crossment, took that buy side liquidity, plus 5 handle, wherever it is. So after taking a losing trade, I'll go for that boom again. So if I miss this TNFVZ over here, if I miss this breaker block here, if I miss this warder block entry over here, if I miss this entry over here, I don't need to worry about that. I will let all of this go to take the buy from this area again, to take the buy, and then the market is going to do whatever it is going to do, because it's after the session, you know, like this is gonna be the last opportunity, I guess. I think it's like one candle or two candles, so I won't be able to take this trade as well because it is after 345. But however, this was the area, and all of these entries are not valid because we had the earning news around the closing around that area. So all of this area where I'm going to show you the PDRS and how it has been respected, that PDRS, if you can understand all of this logic, while this market came here and then started to fall, it started to reverse. Some of you started to think that now is the time to look for that sell side liquidity. What did I show you? I told you how it has built that clean highs or relatively equal highs over there, respected so beautifully from the order block, which is the highest up close body close candle, perfectly respected over there, fall, finish the unfinished business, start to look for buy again as the market has filled the unfilled gap 100%, which was here around this area, which was the unfilled gap. Everything was in live, there was nothing was hindsight. If you don't believe me, those people who are with me around that area PM session Discord live, ask them if I'm saying even a single word lying to you. Okay, just ask them. Unfilled gap, filled it 100%, filled the breaker block, low, high, lower low. For the first time, this candle has closed above this breaker block, tap to this breaker block, did the mohawk just below that breaker block a bit, went higher, took that high, tried to trade this gap over here, like this gap over here. Let me show you this. 1 minute, from 1 minute chart, last FVG, send the market lower to build the tune FVG. I'm not gonna explain this one, I will do that, I'll cover that later, but for now just look over here. Trade, fall, build tune FVG, closed above the tune FVG, tap to this tune FVG, break this gap with speed, fall one more time, trade the breaker block, order block, keep going higher until the unfinished business, which is over here, entry plus the last FVG, came here, and then whatever it has done, you don't care about that. All of this price action, all you have to understand how the market is not changing the bias. Why it was falling, how it was falling. Always ask the question, why it is falling. Did it trade this gap? No. Did it do anything over here important from higher time frame? No. Then why it is falling? Okay, so it is falling because it's a reaction. It's falling to fill some finish some unfinished business, which is over here. After finishing that unfinished business, you know the market is going higher again to clear this, I mean, newly created or engineered buy side liquidity to finish the unfinished business. And then finally, if it really would love to go for that buy side liquidity, it's a different matter. I mean, you can use the last FVG to be broken. While it is falling, am I interested to take the sell? 100% no, because I have no idea, is it going to reverse from entry gap, is it going to reverse from the last gap, or is it going to just come to the quadrant level. Just if you just mark the quadrant level, and it's going to just respect the upper quadrant level and it start to go higher. I have no idea to use that type of information around that area because I don't know how far it will fall. If it fall here, that's my greatest opportunity to think about a buy. So I let all the price go. I didn't do anything over here. I'll let all of them go, and then I'll start to look for the buy again from here. I'll start to look for the buy again here. I'll start to look for the buy again here, as long as the market is not finishing the unfinished business over here. At the same time, if I see the body has closed below this zone, which was my origin setup basement, if it is broken, it means I will have no other opportunity to take entry from here. I'll let them go and it will just simply fall, take that sell side liquidity. If I want to use this 1 minute last FVG as an inverse way, which I have shown you just here, the 1 minute last FVG as an inverse way, maybe I'll go for that sell from the 1 minute last FVG as an inverse way. Otherwise, I'll just let this fall. But I'm not gonna participate any of this fall over here. Instead of that, I'll let them go higher again one more time to go for the trade. This is the most important part of the learning session, where you should understand that the price, while it is going here, it's not as opportunity. Lot of people, lot of YouTuber, lot of ICT PhD holder will show you this setup, like this sell. I promise you, brother, they have no idea why they're taking this sell. They're just seeing 22 IT model gap, so they think that okay, so market went ahead, take some sort of buy side liquidity. They have no context over there, they have nothing over here. They will show you this boom, like 100 handle boom, and you will start to think that wow, I got 100 handle over here. Okay, it didn't keep falling, take that sell select, I don't care, but I already got 100 handle. But habit this habit to don't know, not to know why it is falling, will will send you in a trap where you will keep seeing that okay, I'm taking this entry and market is not going to work, I'm getting stopped out. But if you exactly know why you are waiting for and when you should start to look for buy or sell, you have to just look for all of this PD array that is unfinished, that is finished. It is not finished, okay, market will come back again over here after building the liquidity, and then market will work. I hope it will be insightful for all of you guys. If you still see some kind of confusion over here, I'll try to come back around the PM session Discord live. Please let me remind over there what is your question. I will try to explain all of them except this tune FBZ. I will cover this after the my YouTube members digest all the FBZ I just separated last Friday. When they will just digest all of them, then I will go with this tune FBZ. It's really an awesome thing. When I'll introduce this to you guys with the explanation, I believe that a lot of you will fall in love with this gap. And as I told, maybe I have seen 300 to 400. Until now, I never get stopped out. Simply, I never get stopped out. Just never. Okay. So I'm coming back to 15-minute chart one more time. And I'm gonna use this area. Today, my bias is bullish. I'm not bearish. I will look for the bearishness if I see the body close below this hourly last FVG, then and only then maybe I'll look for the sell side liquidity to as my bias. Otherwise, I'm more interested to look for buy for this equilibrium area. So I want to see that this market will go higher and trade this equilibrium area first, then I will start to look for sell. My bias is bullish. It doesn't mean that your bias has to be bullish. If your bias is bearish, please go for that bearishness. I am bullish. It is a bold statement. I am bullish. So either I will take the buy until here, or if I miss this leg, I will start to look for sell as long as this market is below this line. See this one? As long as this market is not going to close above this line, I will keep looking for the selling opportunity. Any sort of selling opportunity, I'll try to take the sell from here. As long as this market is not coming here, I will keep looking for the buying opportunity. If the market closed from the hourly chart below this hourly FBG, then I will switch my bias and I'll try to take the sell, which is the lowest probable things for me to do. I really don't want to do that, but if I force myself or I have to take an entry, maybe I'll go for this. Otherwise, I'm not interested to see this price action over here. If it happens, that is the lowest probable area for me to trade. I really don't want to trade these things. To be honest, I don't want to do that. So the 10 candle, oh sorry, 959 candle, which is the last candle of the hourly candle from the hourly chart. So I can show you this candle is going to close around 959. So if I see this candle has closed below this, and the next candle is going to be the news candle, PMI news candle. So after that candle, I'm allowed to trade. So I will keep observing the market to see how it is going to trade with this hourly last FVG. Now I can go for this 50-minute last FVG as well, but I am not interested to wait for this 50-minute last FVG to be broken to take the sell, or this type of scenario, that the things I told you just right now, like this type of scenario, I'm not interested to for that. I'm just interested for this hourly gap. So if it broken, then I maybe I'll start to look for selling opportunity, which is the lowest probable things for me to do. I don't want to do that. I want to see this is going to happen. So I will be bullish, extremely bullish at first, then I will be bearish later. Okay, on my right hand side around this area, you can see this is the today's new day opening gap. So any sort of buying opportunity is valid for me as long as this market is far away from this new day opening gap. If there is a buy just below the new day opening gap over here, okay, just below that new day opening gap, I don't think so that I will be able to take that buy as well. This is the lowest probable area for me to trade. To be honest, I'm not highly confident over here to trade. The reason is it is inside new day opening gap, new week opening gap. However, we'll see how it is going to work. For now, I'm bullish, I'm not bearish. Whoever is, I mean, sorry, the whoever is bearish, please look for the selling opportunity. I don't have any problem with that. Just go for that, brother. Whatever is your expectation, go for that. I'm only bullish, and I'm more interested to take the buy as long as the market is above the hourly FBC, and my setup has to be above the constant encroachment of this hourly FBG. So if it do that, I'll keep looking for the buying opportunity. If it doesn't do that, keep falling. Either I'll let this go, or maybe I'll use the 1 minute last FBG or 50-minute last FBG. I have no idea how I'm gonna take that sell, because I'm not bearish. I'm not interested to take that sell side liquidity. I need to see this market to go higher at first, at least over here, and then if it can fall, I'll try to take that sell. I think my point is clear. If you have any question, please let me know that. To have a question, ES has taken the 50% equilibrium, so we expect ANQ also take it. I don't know that actually what happened with the ES. Let me check, sister. Yeah, this is really so confusing sometimes. Let me see. So here, the sell side liquidity, I don't have the sell side liquidity, so I have the range only. The low, the high, the equilibrium. Now, what should I say? I mean, this is really a different chart, okay? The ES is really different chart. I have to start to watch the whole market from the weekly chart. Again, I have to finish all of the things to before commenting on that question, sister. Unfortunately, now you made me confused. Okay, uh, I wanna skip. Okay, I wanna skip. Okay, I wanna say pass this question because I really don't have any comment about this type of scenario with the ES. Uh, I don't wanna add that. Just do your own analysis with the yes. If you find something good, then use it, sister. What to say? I have no idea what to say. I don't want to add this chart. I will get confused. So I don't want to get confused at the beginning. I would love to stay with the NQ chart, and later maybe we'll see. Okay, later maybe we'll see. So it is bullish. It came here until here. The what to say? I mean the YM chart. YM went too high. No problem. Yes, went until here. NQ is much more lower. So I want to see it to go higher first, at least to clear some swing high. Then if it fall, I'll love to take that sell. Okay. Now I have no comment with this ES. I'm so sorry. I will get confused. I have already started to get confused. Oh man, come on. I stay over here. I'm so sorry, sister. And there is going to be a huge opening gap. Perfect. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to clear my 1 minute chart. I need it absolutely clear. So you guys know that my target is this line, which is 586.00, which is here. Okay, this is my target. This is yesterday's closing. So there is gonna be a huge gap down, right? So when people will see this gap down, they will start to chase the market. Okay, market is bearish, take the sell, take the sell, take the sell. Market will go higher, stop them out, then it will fall. That is so far my expectation. No worries. Also, if we are using fib, should we take the previous day high or previous day low? Sorry to confuse you. Previous day high, previous day low. I didn't talk about that. Never. I think so. I mean, for the dealing range, I don't need to worry about the previous day high, previous day low. Yesterday was Tuesday. Market just simply cleared Monday and Friday high. Then market started to fall for a Monday low, wherever the Monday low was. It was a perfectly classical manipulation day yesterday. It was very beautiful manipulation day. Clear previous day high, then started to go previous day low. Hey guys, just don't give me any information right now, okay? Please don't give me any information. At least give me a chance to go for a trade at first, then give me the information. Because when you will give me the information, the problem will happen, like I will get confused, okay? I have my own plan, which I have already explained to you. Now, when I will get more information, I'm not saying it's bad, but I'm just saying for myself, for the sake of myself. When I'll get more information, I will start to get confused. So just give me a bit time, okay? So here, the opening gap, I'm gonna make it bold. That is the opening gap. Coming back to electronic trading hour. Correct. No trade is valid before 10 a.m. New York local time. You are not going to trade before 10 a.m. New York local time. Gap down, market started to fall. Every single one of the people has started to chase the market. Now they are chasing the market. Chase the market, chase the market, chase the market. Did I mark it in a wrong way? I don't think so. That's the right way. Yeah, absolutely, it's right way. And I'm gonna keep it from my chart. Let the market to trade until 10, and then we are going to enter into the market. Until 10, don't push the button, don't go for the trade. I don't care what you are thinking, but don't go for the trade. Before the red folder news, never ever try to trade. It's a request. Tap to the 50-minute last FVG over here. 50-minute last FVG. Constant crossment rejection can be the top rejection. Constant crossment rejection can be the top rejection. I'll just keep this 50-minute chart to my 1-minute chart. Okay. We'll keep going through this. No problem with that. No pushing button. I'm interested before 10 a.m. It will keep falling and take that liquidity. I don't care about that. But not going to touch this falling knife or anything over here. This is simply like bearish. Take the sell. Gap down, take the sell. Gap down, take the sell. I don't want to take the sell over here. Even if the sell side liquidity has been cleared, I am not interested to take the sell over here. I need to see this market to go higher. There is the buy side liquidity market left. 1 minute last FBZ below this buy side liquidity. I think this is the last FBZ. So I'm gonna extend it here. Trade the highest up close body close candle as an water block. Fall. Right. See how the market is going to respect the quadrant level. You remember what did I talk about the quadrant level? It can trade the upper quadrant 50%, lower quadrant. Body has to close above the upper quadrant. If it close below this upper quadrant, close below this upper quadrant, then start to retrace. I'm not thinking that this market will keep going higher. I'll think about that low to be taken at first. Then if it would love to go higher, it can go higher. This is the importance of the quadrant level of a specific week. It closed above the quadrant level. If I would love to go for a buy, which is not acceptable right now, I can think about a buy right now because the body didn't close below the upper quadrant level of that specific week that has cleared all the lows, traded the FVZ. But after closing below this quadrant, if it started to go higher, I'm not good enough or I'm not confident enough to go for that buy. However, whoever is looking for sell, buy, don't want to wait for 10 a.m. news, please go for the trade. I don't have any problem. I know that I should look for the buy right now. I have seen already the buying opportunity. I'm not going for that buy. I am waiting for 10 a.m. So please take your decision very wisely. Even if you are seeing a beautiful opportunity right now, don't no need to take that entry. Trust me. So from 15-minute chart, what you are seeing, a big wick over here. See this big wick. It seems like it is going to fall, 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 fall. People start to chase the market, chase the market, chase the market. Why? Gap down, market is falling. Chase the market. There is no other way. Just chase the market. Market is going for that support. No, market actually fall to let them to fall into that trap. Now the market is going higher. It should go higher. This is the area. If I have no buy, I mean, sorry, what to say, I mean, if I didn't have any sort of news, I could go for the trade over here. How you could go for the trade? Look on your left, you will get a lot of confluences over there. I'm just not gonna add them, not gonna give you the boost to take an entry over here, but I'm just not interested to take the entry over here. So you, if I ask you a question, did I know that market is going higher? What is going to be your answer? What is going to be your reply? Now, if I ask you the same question to you, did you know the market is going higher? What's going to be the reply for you? Was your analysis was telling you this is going to happen like exactly like that way? Or it was telling that after seeing this candle, you are going to think that now it is going to fall? What is your thinking? Ask yourself. You have to be very, 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 very sure about your bias. If you are wrong, you're not going to take the entry. If you're right, there is nothing, there is no one that who can stop you to take that entry. Still, people will come and tell me that I'm gonna teach you ICT concepts. Okay? I really appreciate them. Look at this lowest down close body close candle, which has traded this 50-minute last FVZ. The lowest down close body close candle. Just look at this, okay? I'm not inspiring any of you to take the entry. If you push the button, it's gonna be your own responsibility. I'm not gonna take that responsibility. I'm just showing you the PDRS by following the rules, just to show you the entry opportunity. If I didn't have the what to say, the news around 10, what I could do over here. I'm not influencing any of you to take any sort of entry right now. I'm just showing you the PDRS, how it is respecting, why it is falling, how far it can fall, how it is going to respect the PDRS, how it is going toward your liquidity level. No trade is valid before 10 a.m. New York local time. If you go for the trade, that's gonna be your own responsibility. It's gonna be your, like, you will write down boom for yourself. Don't tell me that, please. But brother, it's going to work. I don't give a shit. I have seen a lot of time market fail around this time before news, because market keep waiting for the news to deliver, and when the news deliver, then the speed I come. I get. Guys, please don't forget to push the like button, subscribe to our channel if you are new. I hope that this guy, over talking guy, you know, talking talking cat, can can give you some information that will be insightful for you to understand the market, to understand the price action, to understand the logic behind every movement. Not like ICT himself, because he can explain every single candle. I can't do that, but at least I try to cover most of the candles. Most of the candles. So keep observing this order block and this FVZ over here. Keep observing them. I just didn't like the way it closed below the constant crossment of this gap. I just didn't like it. If I see this type of things, it's an thinking for me that market will fall, take that low, and then the market will go higher. If I see this type of scenario over here around this area, from this old gap, long time ago, long time ago. And when I marked it, it doesn't mean that I was interested to see the constant crossment. I was only interested to see this low to be taken. After clearing this low, it can start to respect from here or the lower quadrant. It can start to reverse from the upper quadrant of this gap, any of this level. But that low was important to be taken. That low is taken. Now it has a free rise up. Like nothing that can stop the market right now before going higher. So something like this low, just that low to be taken. All I need to see this to be broken. Again, it's not I'm influencing any of you to take any sort of entry right now. I'm just seeing what is going to happen if I could enter over there or not. Okay, so please don't think this is an trade idea for you. No trade is valid before 9:30. Sorry, before 10. I'm just watching. Okay, how did I know that it will fall one more time? Because the body has closed below the consonant crossment of this bullish FVZ, and it's respecting this gap, old gap. So what is the meaning of this? It's gonna be respected, send it below that low. Those people took the buy, their stop loss is below this low, they're gonna be stopped out over here. Then this market will close above this gap, use this gap as a support, keep going higher for the most recent relatively equal highs. Simple logic. Mhm. Okay. Now, just think about those people who are seeing a big bearish candle. What is happening to them? They started to pray. Oh God, why? Why I took the sell here? Why I chased the market over there? I shouldn't chase the market over there. Why I did it? Mhm, 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 mhm. No trade is valid before 10 a.m. If you guys push the button, I will not continue this stream over here for sure. Wait for 10 a.m. before going for any sort of trade you would love to take. Market is doing the time distortion before 10 a.m. After 10 a.m., we are going to go for the trade. Brother, now it is going to fall. I don't believe so. I don't think so. It's gonna fall. But of course, if your bias is bearish, you can find out any sort of selling opportunity if you can. I will only go for the buy as long as this market is above this hourly last FBZ. So I will still waiting for buying opportunity. At the same time, I'm waiting for 10 a.m. the news to be released, and then I'll go for the trade. Is there anyone who is actually new over here? Actually, subscribe to our channel today. We have only news around 10 a.m. I only care about 10 a.m. news, red folder news. So around 10:01, if there is an entry, I'll go for that. Is there anyone who is new to our channel? I mean, subscribe maybe today or yesterday. Anyone? Hey, why are you bullish? Hey Tharun, I have already explained that for last 1 hour. It takes 1 hour to explain why I'm bullish. It's seek and destroy it. Don't trade in that type of scenario, Dogger. If you feel like today is gonna be a seek and destroy, don't trade, man. Just let this go. Come back tomorrow. Trade tomorrow. Whoever is not feeling good, don't touch your funded account. Simple. So bearish guy, let's short at least until Monday lows. Please go for that, Pablo. Whoever is interested to take sell, please go for that, man. I request you guys. Don't change your analysis. I repeatedly telling you, don't change your analysis. I explained why I'm bullish. I'm gonna show you the logic behind my bullishness, how long I'm bullish. I have already explained everything to you, right? Now your job to be strict with your bias. And then if you are wrong, later you will ask yourself, what are the differences between your analysis and my analysis. If you're right, then you will know that what I have done wrong, right? Everything is gonna be for learning. Just don't change your bias. Any of you. 845 fair value gap, is that valuable? 845, 845 gap. This one, of course, it's holding the market. That's the last FBZ as well. But it's not gonna actually hold the market for so long. It's gonna be broken very soon. I'm just waiting for the news. I think trade of it being down is a sign for me to lock up my funded account today. You can go for that. You know why some days you say, for example, if the price will close below 50 minute last fair value gap, you are going to look for sales. But some days you put priority 1 hour gap like today. I'm not giving the priority to hourly gap. I told that if I want to wait for this 50 minute gap, it's gonna be too late for me to take the sell, because while the market didn't finish the unfinished job, that means it has to trade this area, it didn't do that. Instead of that, it started to fall and closed below this hourly gap. It means that I'm gonna miss the selling opportunity for the sell side liquidity. If I wait for this 50 minute gap to be closed, I'll miss the opportunity to take the sell. I believe so, like that way. But like for example, the sell side liquidity and the 50 minute gap is too far from each other. Of course, I will wait for this 50 minute gap to be closed before taking any short of sell. But as they're very near to each other, I would love to get bit more time or bit more space in between this area. It's all about your feelings. If you're good with this specific space, then you can go for that. Otherwise, or in other word, I just told that if it started to fall, that's my low probable area. I'm not interested to trade that market. So overall, I really don't care. Is it going to close below this hourly gap, or is it going to close below this 15 minute gap? I really don't care about that, because I can't take any sort of trade around that area to take the sell. You got it? So I'm kind of egoistic type trader, where I'm bullish means I'll keep looking for the buy down. That's all. It's my bias is wrong means I'm gonna let the day go. I will not trade that market as long as it's not going to give me the another confluences that will help me to understand that this is extremely bearish. See this time distortion, guys? This is called time distortion. Why it is doing that? Because we have a news around 10. So some of you are thinking that okay, so this is actually seek and destroy, blah blah blah. Nothing is that. We have 10 a.m. news. Market is waiting for that news. That's all. It's called time distortion. Market is just spending the time here before going anywhere, just to make sure the data is going to release around 10, and around 10 I will start to run wherever I would love to run. I will start to run over there. So until 10, it will do this type of time distortion, and around 10, the market is gonna be back again. I believe so, guys. I have a top step which uses Project X. Project X was even that's cool. Me, okay, okay, okay. I was talking about 1530 yesterday's last fair value gap. I like now it has closed below 1 hour fair value gap is not important. 1530. This one, around this one. You are looking for the sell, as I told you. I'm waiting for the news, so I will take my decision from the news. So until news, where the price is, I really don't care about that. But for example, I would love to go for any sort of bias, bearish or bullish. I can go for any kind of bias. Okay, my first priority is bullish. So prior to 9:30, market is respecting this 50-minute bullish gap. As long as the market is above this bullish gap, I'll look for the buy. While the market will close below this bullish gap, I will start to look for the sell. I can start to look for the sell from there. If I would love to trade both buy and sell. Okay, like how to say that, I'm interested to trade whatever the market is going to offer me. Actually, I do that when I don't have any liquidity, I don't have any sort of like expectation that market has to do that or nothing over there. So I'm like, whatever market is going to offer me, I'm gonna take that. If I do like that way, then I use this gap prior to 9:30 to use it for my bias. But if I'm one-sided, that means today I'm bullish only. So I really don't care when this gap is broken. Like my this broken, this is broken, market is keep falling and take that sell selling. I don't care about that. All I care I'm interested to take the buy. So I will keep waiting for the buying opportunity. My bias is wrong. Market started to fall. I will wait until the candle to take that sell side liquidity to look for the selling opportunity, or maybe to switching the bias or something like that. But until then, I will just do nothing over here. So it depends on your mood, what you are interested to do. Like, are you interested to go for the buy today, or you are going to take any sort of entry? Market is going to provide you. If you do that, you can do it. I mean, you can just simply change your bias depending on that gap. However, if this low is taken over here, I'll take the buy after 10 a.m. from this gap. If this low is taken by one tick, I'll take the buy while the market will next close above this gap without any sort of confusion. I'll take the buy from there for this buy side liquidity after 10 a.m. if this low is taken. I hope my point is absolutely clear. If this low is taken after 10, market closed one tick above this gap, this is going to be my buy from the first fair value gap until the buy side liquidity. Otherwise, I'll wait this market to close above this, tap to this gap to build an order block to go for the buy from that order block. If it failed to clear that low, I'm not bearish. I'm not looking for sell. If any of you are selling, please go for that. I am not bearish. Hope my point is absolutely clear. It's bold. Got my win today earlier, so no trade from you. Watching and learning using paper trade. Sure, sister. Hold on then. I got short right now when market is below midnight opening price, and secondly opening range gaps not been traded yet. Waiting for 10 news for clarify. I'm bearish though. Okay, that's cool, brother. If a loss happens because trader weight goes down, does FX reviewer remove that trade? I think they remove it. I think they remove it. No, I'm not looking for the sell. I'm just trying to understand when to save myself from wrong trades for the future. Okay, does it make any sense to you? I mean, did you get the replay or not? Is that clear? Why I'm not using that gap today? The things I explain you, it doesn't mean that I'm gonna use that things for that specific day. You have to choose what do you want to use. Like prior to 9:30 gap, are you interested to use that on every day? If you'd love to use that on every day, keep using that every day. If you don't like to use that on, don't never ever use that. So you sometimes you'll use that, sometimes you're not going to use that. No, it's not going to help you. Why I'm doing that, I have no reply for that as well. I feel like I have to show you every sort of scenario. So I've already shown you a lot of time the gap prior to 9:30. I think so. I have already shown this to you a lot of time. So I can move on now from that 9:30 gap. I believe so. I'm just watching this low. Can the market take that low? If it take that low one tick and then closed above this gap, I'll take the buy without any sort of confusion to take the buy from here to buy side liquidity over there. I'm just gonna remove. Whoever is looking for sell, go for that. I really appreciate it, guys. I'm waiting 3 more minutes for the news to release, then I'll go for the trade. I'm only interested to take the buy. Okay, that low is taken. Let's see if it can reverse now. If it keep falling, take that sell side liquidity. I don't care at all over there. I'll just let this go. Good morning, I'm Kishore. Hey Kishore, how are you, brother? Short position on previous candle high. Please go for that, brother. It was started. Take buy. Okay. Wait 2 more minutes. Please wait 2 more minutes. Let the market deliver all the price before the news. After the price delivered around 10, we are good to go for a trade. Until 10, please don't take any sort of trade. Please don't go for the trade. It's a request to all of you. Red folder news is extremely dangerous. So please, 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 it's a request to all of you. Don't trade before the red folder news. Good morning, Rajesh. You're Kishore, right? No, Rajesh. Okay. Good morning, brother. It's last candle, and after this candle, the news is going to appear on the chart. We'll see how the news is going to work. Whoever is interested to take the sell, you're welcome to go for that. I'm only interested to take the buy until it's not gonna confirm that I'm extremely bearish. Still, I'm not bearish. So this is the news candle. Now we are allowed to go for any sort of trade from now. You don't need to worry about anything else. Let's see if it can take that sell side liquidity, start to reverse from there. Or does it would love to keep falling? Let me see what type of PTRS do I have over here. I have no PTRA. Nothing. Is there any problem with the trade of it yet? I mean, still you have the problem with the trade of it? Not working. My trade of it back working. Trade of it is working now. Trade of it is now working. Okay, the trade of it is working now, then everything is, should be cool. I'm only interested to take the buy. I'm not interested to look for the sell. If any of you are interested to take the sell, please go for that. I'm waiting for an buying opportunity. All of these things doesn't look good to me. I'm not interested to keep looking for sell. I want to see this market at least to come to this 50% of this opening gap. It will go through this and come here to this area, at least over here. As the market has cleared that sell side liquidity, I'm really happy to find a buying opportunity right now without any sort of confusion. I'm waiting for that buying opportunity. Whoever is interested to take the sell, please go for that. I'll switch my bias depending on the price around this line. So if I see the speed through this line toward this area, then I will, then and only then I will start to look for sell. Otherwise, I'm interested only to take the buy. As long as it seems like sweeping liquidity to me. So it's gonna be an obvious liquidity from 15-minute chart. Market will start to go higher. I'd love to see that. How many likes did I get? 100. Okay, 173 people are watching, 69 likes. Can you guys please push the like button and make it 100 likes, please? Next time when I'll be back, if I don't see 100 likes, then I'm gonna stay on that tab. Then you can simply leave the stream because you don't want to see that tab, or you can wait to push to make it 100 likes at least. So please push the like button. That's my payment. So you're going to pay me. It's not free. It's kind of paying. You are paying me. Pay me the likes. I'll pay you the price action. Still now I have nothing, unfortunately. If you find the buy, please go for that. If you find the sell, please go for that. For me, still I have nothing, unfortunately. Again, Why you are marking these gaps? I have no idea. I'm just seeing they're respecting, I'm just marking them. Then why you are calling that you know ICT concepts? When I told you that I know ICT concepts, I just know how to read this market a bit. I'm not good at that as well. I'm just marking them to see if I can use them. That's all. Oh man, you're bullish. Why didn't you take the buy over here at the beginning? I didn't see the opportunity. I didn't push the button. Simple. However, if any of you are looking for sell, please go for that. I keep repeating. If you are looking for sell, please go for that. Top price action. Three handle. Seriously? Let's see if I can find a FBZ because I don't want to take 53 handle risk from this order block. Let's make a beautiful setup for me, brother. Ah, How can I make it tradable? I just don't know it's gonna build this one as an order block or not, but so far this is the order block. While the market will close above this order block, I'll try to take the entry from the opening of this candle and will cover the min threshold plus few ticks, the lower quadrant of that order block. If it is the order block, if it build another lowest down close body close candle, of course I will just switch the order block from there to here. But so far this is the only order block. I will wait for this market to close above this, then tap to this order block open, then I'll take the buy, because the volatility is huge over here. I just can't take this huge risk over here. So I'll better look for this type of opportunity. If it gives me, I'll go for that. If it doesn't give me, I'll not take this trade. Okay. Risk is more important rather than anything else over here. Okay. So till that is the order block. If it build another order block, I'll just switch it from there to the new order block. As long as it's not going to build another lowest down close body close candle, this is the order block, unfortunately. I'll move it from here to the next candles, not candle, if it close as a down close body close candle. Be mindful. What did ICT told to be mindful? Let me see. Not valid because there it has built another lowest down close body close candle. So the order block is now this candle. The buy here if it close. Let me see what ICT actually told. Be mindful. What did he told? Okay, ICT is also showing the bullishness. I'm happy because he's showing the bullishness. I'm really happy, and he has marked the same FVG I marked over here. You guys can check ICT's tweet. He's just showing this gap where I'm using this gap as to look for the order block. ICT has marked the same gap over here. So liquidity has been cleared. Is watching this gap to think about a buy. I think one more time. If from 15-second chart, there maybe could be a buying opportunity or something like that. I should just share this to his channel, Twitter channel. You guys can check it. We are watching the same gap here. I really don't know how he is going to use this gap, but I'm waiting for the order block to be created from this gap to take the entry. However, if you are looking for sell, please go for that. I need the body close above that line at first to take the entry. If the body doesn't close, the entry is not valid. And if after closing up this candle, if it doesn't retest this line as well, I'm not going to take this trade as well. Okay, so it has to close above that line, it has to tap to this line, then I'll be in this trade. My stop loss is bit tight. I am not going to put the stop loss below this those consecutive order block. I'll just cover the mean threshold to see if I can get the boom. Otherwise, I'll try to take a re-entry. So 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. If it tap to this line now, I'll go for this trade. If it doesn't, I'm not gonna take this trade. That's gonna be the entry. Wish it's not gonna stop me out. Cover the mean threshold. I got stopped out. As long as this is not going to go below this low, we'll take a re-entry from the same area. If it go below this low, will not. Will not take a re-entry again. But if it doesn't go below this low, I'll take a re-entry over here. I just didn't cover the low. I just covered the mean threshold of these consecutive candles. Just covered the mean threshold. It will go one tick above this line. I'll go for the re-entry over there. From the same kind of stop loss, same thing over there. If it take that low, this entry is not valid to me anymore. I just don't want to take that 60 handle risk over here. That's all. I know what I have done wrong over here. I just put my stop loss bit tight. I'm absolutely okay with that. I know what I'm doing. Okay, so okay, man, if it doesn't give me the entry, that's gonna be really bad luck. Peace. Don't let me stop over here with the loss. Please come back. Come back. Come back, my baby. Come back. Back. Come back. Don't go. Don't go. I hate these volatilities, to be honest. Come back. Bit more. More. Bit more. Bit more. Consequent crossman. Trade that. It's not a bearish market, guys. Please don't messed up with me, okay? It's a bullish market. There is ICT is also looking for buying opportunity. That's the sell side liquidity here he has marked. I really don't know exactly why he marked it, but that's gonna be important if this gap is broken. If as long as this gap is not broken, this is a bullish market for this area. See this line, it's coming over here to that line. As long as this market is above this area, I'm really fed up with this market because it was highly volatile. I was not able to put my stop loss below this order block. I covered the mean threshold of this order block, stop me out, and then the fucking market is going higher. I really hate this type of scenario. 1 2 3 4 5, maximum 5 candle. All a bit more. A bit, just a bit. There you go. It will load actually. I think it should be the entry over here. Okay, so I don't know why it's not loading. The entry should be over here. After taking that entry, your stop loss will be like an 1:1. So 31 handle 3 tick should be 31 handle 3 tick over here. That will be the partial. After clearing the partial over here, you will hold your trade as long as you want. But for me, this last average is more than enough to hold the trade. That should be the entry. Okay, it's not loading for me, but it should be loaded for you guys. That low should be the target here. If it can take me one more time. There you go. And this time I just covered the 50% of this gap over here. That gap, just this candle should not go one tick below this 50% of this gap. It should not go below this area. So I have covered that. I know still it's 31 handle 3 tick, so near about 32 handle. I have no other way to actually uh, cover it much more lower. At least the whole gap, I have no way to cover that whole gap. If it stop me out over here, I will stop trading around this area, will not go for any other trade around this area because the market is not giving me any sort of speed where I'm interested to see the speed. Around 1028 or around the 1030 area, it should give me the speed toward my direction. If it doesn't give me that and violate the rules, I'll just stop trading over there. Simply will stop trading, not no more re-entry or something like that. So either it will go higher now or it will never go higher. I will just let this market to do whatever it wants to do. every single time I'll get the opportunity, I'll try to trail the stop loss. For example, right now, while the market will close above this constant crossment, I'll move my stop loss above this line, which is the 50% of this whole range. And I'm really not happy to see it reverse from there. If it could tap to this upper quadrant level of the dealing range, I'll be 100% sure that market is going higher. But as long as this is not going to tap over here, I'm just not sure that market is going for this buy side liquid. I'm just not sure about that. I just need to wait for this market to tap over here to be sure or over sure to see this is a bullish market. Never ever trial, never ever copy my trailing stop loss. It's a request to all of you. Never ever copy my trailing stop loss. I'm just not happy to see this type of time wasting around this area. It should give me the speed toward my direction right now around the 30 of the hour. So 10:30, 9:30, 11:30 should give me the speed. So I'm still waiting for that speed. If the speed is not there, I'll get stopped out over here. I'm done for this morning. I mean, for this area, around that area. No more trade for me around this area anymore. The last line is this consonant crossment. Not even one tick below this consonant crossment. Got stopped out, done for trading around this area. First of all, it is highly volatile. So can't cover the area I need to cover. Secondly, it's not respecting the PDRA. So let the trade to go over here, to go into a good area to take the entry. Mhm. So ICT actually took the buy here. I don't know exactly. I think he took the buy from this gap and he took the partial here somewhere. I think he just talked about like that way. Partial inside 931 candle optimal. 931 candle. 31 candle. Okay, so he actually took the partial over here and then maybe he got stopped out or something like that. I don't know. It's a bullish market as long as this market is going to stay above this gap. It's above this gap, it's a bullish market. If this gap is broken, then it will be a bearish market. No more bullishness for me anymore from this market. And look at this order blocks here, the whole box. I just now can I cover this? No, I can't do that because it is a highly volatile market, and if I just need to cover them, it's gonna be 100 handle. I can't cover that 100 handle over here. High resistance liquidity run. Let me see what is happening in YM. Okay, YM is bullish. Price action I was interested to see. YM is giving me that. Yes, yes is also bullish. NQ just consolidating. difficult, man. Now I have to switch the bias to bearish from the bullish now. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna keep waiting. I just don't want to take any sort of sell over here. That's all. But if I would love to trade now, I have to think about a sell right now, which I'm not interested to do right now. I'll just let this fall go. The problem is after clearing that liquidity over here, that sell side liquidity, by sweeping that liquidity over here around this area, market started to go higher and it never trade any bearish period around that area. So as long as it's not going to trade any bearish period, I'm not interested to take the sell. But while this gap is broken, now I should start to think about selling opportunity from this gap. So this candle close, that candle tap to this gap, I should start to look for sell from that gap, exactly from that gap. No need to worry about the water block or anything over here. Tap over here, should look for the sell or the low of this candle. This gap, tap over here, take that liquidity, closed below this, tap here, gonna use it as a perfect inverse gap. I'm just not interested to take the sell, so I'll let this sell go. I'll stop after taking these two losses. We'll wait for the next opportunity to go for the trade. If I find any buying opportunity later again, I'll go for that. Just not interested to take the sell as the market didn't trade any sort of bearish period over here. I would love to depend on the market. I have to take the sell from there, from this specific gap over here. I'm not switching the bias. I'm not taking this sell where I have already know that this is a great opportunity to take the sell, to switch the bias. I'm not switching the bias. I'm waiting for this market to reach to the next period to take the buy again. I'll not take this sell. I'll let all the sell go. I don't want to change my bias over here. I would love to wait for this market to reach to the next period to take the buy again. As long as this market was above this gap, it was a bullish market to me. It came here, unfortunately it didn't trade any bullish bearish period, so of course I'm not feeling good to take any sort of sell. Tap here, this gap is broken, tap to this gap, market is falling, take the liquidity or whatever it is just keep going to fall. After that fall, I'll go for the trade again. I think it's gonna give another opportunity to take the sell from this gap. I mean, if it tap, yeah, it has maybe given another opportunity. So those people who missed the trade here, maybe they will be able to take the sell from here now, from there. I don't know. Okay, I'm just not gonna switch the bias. I'll only take the buy after this market to take some sort of liquidity or anything. I'll look for that buy. But I'm only interested to look for the buy, as well as I'm watching how it has been traded this area. If I can take the buy, I'll go for that buy. Those people who would love to take the sell, please go for that. I'm not good to go for any sort of sell. The way the market respect or this market fall, it's not convincing for me to take the sell. So I'm not gonna switch the bias. I'm going to go for only buy. No sell is valid to me. So I will not take any sort of sell over here. I'll only go for the buy. But this is highly volatile. I really need to think about that. I really don't have any idea what I'm going to do. If I miss this one, this trade, while the market will close above this gap, I'll take the buy from that gap. So if it doesn't give me the buy over here one more time, I mean, I'm already late. If it doesn't give me the buy from here, from that area, I'll try to take the buy while it will close above this gap. The same buy I took here, I'll go for the same buy again over there. As long as this low is not taken, this is all valid to me. I wish it will come back again one more time to take me. If it doesn't, it will close one tick above this gap. I'll be in this trade already. Not like waiting to limit order, push the button. It close above this, I will push the button. As long as it's not too far, okay? If it's too far, then maybe I'll miss the trade. But otherwise, I'll go for this trade while it will close near to this high. Otherwise, I'll try to take the entry from this area. If it takes me over here, I'm already late over here because I should have taken the entry from this candle, but I was a bit late. This is the re-entry opportunity from here, or I will take the entry while the market will close above this gap. And for that body close, I'm already in a trade, not something like retesting, something like that. I wish I'll be able to take the entry from here. Last trade for this morning session. If this time it doesn't work, I'm not gonna take any other trade from this market for the morning session anymore. This is the last trade for me for this morning session. Entry there. Stop loss just covered this lower quadrant of this gap, just the lower quadrant of this gap over here. You can see here around that area. Unfortunately, still this is 30 handle. Unfortunately, okay, 30 handle. We'll take the first partial over here, which is the last FBZ that should be traded. I'll try to take the first partial over here, then we'll hold the trade over here around this area. This is the last trade for now for this morning session. Now, can I put the stop loss below this low? No, I can't do that. So I have to take the risk over here with this gap. Lower quadrant has to be covered by the stop loss. Either this market will go higher now or it will never go higher, something like that. I know I have some losses. I wish this is gonna be mitigated by. I just need to make sure that I have covered the lower quadrant of this gap. Need to make sure that, okay. Yeah, I just covered the lower quadrant of this gap by my stop loss. We'll just put it a bit below. We can read the damage just a bit below here. Till 31 handle, but this is what it is. I will have no other opportunities. Not going to go for the 1:1 partial. I mean, if you guys were with me in these trades, you don't also need to take the partial around 1:1. At least take the partial around 60 handle, which is over here. Absolutely a good logical level. You can simply wait for this market to come over here to take the first partial. Even if you don't want to hold it until here, which is the last gap, I believe it will come over here. But at least if you take the partial over here, loss will be almost mitigated. If it is going to be high resistance liquidity run, that means market is not like it fall, took all the liquidity, violate this gap over here. It's one of the best gap ever that should hold the market right now, send it higher. Wick can did the damage just until the lower quadrant of these gaps. That's why just my stop loss covered that lower quadrant. Unfortunately, it's 31 handle, something like that. I can't put it a bit higher. I can't do that. I got it. Stop. Yeah. So three trades, all of them are losing trade. Market is not moving anywhere. Highly seek and destroy mode, as well as like, you know, highly volatile. One candle is kind of 100 handle, something like that. Unfortunately, didn't work. None of them. This type of market is really difficult to trade because you are not able to put your stop loss. You have to take the highest risk, and sometimes the week did the damage. You will start to see the market started to run like here. Did the damage, started to run. Did the damage, it will start to run. This week I am not able to cover by my stop loss just because of the volatility. I will cover this low, which is kind of 80 handle. For example, it worked. So it went higher and I got boom. Absolutely okay. But if it doesn't work, stop me out over here. What is going to happen? 80 handle, I'm gonna take the risk. I can't do that. I have to cover this lower quadrant. That should be respected by the market. We did the damage. I will be very, like helpless around that type of area. Just would love to see how it's going to trade this rest of the time. No more trade. I'll frame here in this morning session because it's highly high resistance liquidity run with the highly volatile market. Like one handle from 1 minute chart, if it is 100 handle, how one guy can trade this market like 112 handle? Seriously, this candle minimum 60 handle, 84 handle. This is a small candle. How can one guy can trade this market? 42 handle. Hmm. Now I would love to read the comments because I know that now I will start to get some comment from the ICT PhD holder because I took three losses over here. We need a new micros of micro contracts to trade this volatility. Now I am really happy because it's not something like you are going to judge me. I know still a lot of people are thinking this is a bearish market. This is the bearish trade. I'm just not able to show you the future, but around the PM session when I'll be around the Discord, I'll tell you. I told you, brother, it's a bullish market. I'll tell you like this way, okay? See how fickle price is this morning. Note it. Post large range day. Oh, okay. So yesterday was a big range day, so the morning session is choppy. ICT already warned us. Yesterday, I also shared that with you guys through the Discord, but unfortunately, it just the second destroy not working at all. I need to see the comment now. We need okay. Trump is speaking. Are you sure? Trump is speaking. Okay. I don't see the news. I didn't know that, by the way. Too much volatility for me. It's not for you, brother. It's for every single of the person. This market is highly volatile. 1 minute, one candle is equal 100 plus handle. So if you even go for the 5 micro contract, and if you just take my entry here, this is a 100 handle. 100 handle, not a small one. not small. Don't fight the trend. Don't fight the trend. That means you're thinking this is a bearish market, so the trend is bearish. Okay. Hey Jamie, not a good morning. It's absolutely a bad morning. I'm waiting for the buy side liquidity, but unfortunately, I'm not able to cover the stop loss. So people will start to judge, and they will start to think that he's doing wrong. But I'm not doing anything wrong over here. I'm just not able to put my stop loss to the most logical level. So I can't put it over here, which is a 80 handle. I can't do that. So I covered the lowest or the maximum covered area, the lower quadrant of this gap, the maximum quadrant level. I just covered it, didn't work, so I have to accept that losing trade. I decided not to trade today. Thank you, Sujivan, for not to trade today. This kind of price action and volatility is equal to my day off. If you ever see this type of volatility, you should not touch your funded account. But this is really a good opportunity to pass the challenge account. That means if you blow, like, how many losing trade I took? One, two, three, right? I took three losing trade. So maybe you took two losing trade, one account, one losing trade in another account. You still have another entry opportunity. I'll go every single trade, okay? And then I will show you if you blow one account, two account, still you didn't. If you just think like that way, you blow one account, still you will have the opportunity to pass much more accounts from this market because it is highly volatile. If you can get just one candle, it's gonna let you pass that account. Just one candle will help you to pass that account. 100 handle is more than enough to pass and challenge account. Maybe afternoon price action will be better. Maybe it should be better around the PM session. It should be better. Well, I just to blow the eval faster. Man, I mean, I really don't have anything to say about the challenge account. You should blow the challenge account, but funded account, don't touch it. And those people who are still thinking about bearishness, I don't think so. You should look for that. You should keep looking for the buying opportunity with your funded account. Sorry, challenge account. Now, next time I'm not gonna push the button, but I will show you every single other opportunities, even though it didn't work for three times. So three times, serially, it didn't work. But next three times, it should work. I'd love to go with that. No regrets. We are just following the process. Absolutely, brother. You should follow the process. Price going down to those equal lows. There is no relatively equal lows. I don't see any. So still I'm not bearish. Still I'm bullish. I'm watching how it is going to trade this gap over here. It will close above this gap. That's another buy over here. Now this time I'm not gonna push the button. It will close above this gap. That's gonna be rebuy with the same stop loss over here. Still that is 32 handle, however. Like until here. Until this. By the way, why it's too much here? Like this candle is 112 handle, but this candle is too much. I lost challenge account. Challenge account is the part of this scam. You have to lose the challenge account to build more funded account. Yesterday I told you have to buy 5 challenge account to pass one funded account, to build one funded account. Something like 5:1, unfortunately. Sometimes impossible to predict the market, everything about risk management. Absolutely, Faiza. This market is a perfectly consolidation market. Of course, ICT and me, both of us, has warned you guys that this is gonna be a very hard session around this morning. And of course, while this market is below this zone, hourly last cap, so much difficult for me to trade. The way this market has fallen from there, it's absolutely illogical to me. It should not fall like that way. It should go higher to correct the things it has done over here. I really need to see this market to go higher to correct those things at first before keep falling. At the same time, while this sell side liquidity has been cleared here, which is a shallow run or the sweeping liquidity, I don't need to think twice to think that this market is bullish. Because if it was bearish, it would just simply take that liquidity and keep falling without any sort of, I mean, confusion. It would start to fall. But the way it swept the liquidity, it's showing me the bullishness to this market. So I'm more interested to see this market to go higher. As it is highly volatile, every single time I'll frame a trade. For example, if I frame the trade from this order block, think like that way. I took the order block entry, covered that order block low. That's a boom. The risk is too much over here. Let me show you this. Here, stop loss below this order block. which is 44 handle, has given you the run for near about 72 handle. That's a boom. Now I am not able to take that 44 handle risk. 30 handle is also huge for me, but 44 handle is more than huge. It's more than huge. So that entry perfectly respected that order block. As I missed this trade or something like that, I have to take re-entry from there. I missed that this one re-entry entry. So I tried to take the entry from here, from this logical level, while it actually came here around this area. Unfortunately, it didn't give me my partial 31 handle. So I got stopped out. That is a very logical stopped out over here. Then let's talk about this one. I took entry over here. My stop loss has to be below this low over here, which is 79 handle, right? So what is the 79 handle? So over here, you will see how it will go over there. Now, if I'm wrong over here, what is going to happen? I'm gonna get a 80 handle risk. So this is the game of probability. I don't wanna play with this probable game with this much risk. So what I did, I tried it with the most logical level, which is 30 handle, something like that. It didn't work. I'm gonna stop over there. I will just let this run go with, and I will keep seeing how it is going to give me that boom. But I'm not confused. I'm not thinking that it's going to fall. I'm not thinking none of them. Yeah, of course it can fall. If it fall, take that low. I'm not gonna use any of this PDRA anymore. I'll keep looking for the new PDRA from here to take the buy. So right now I'll let all of them go. Only frame the trade, not going to push the button. Just to see how it is going to react. For example, while this gap has been broken over here, took the sell from this gap until here, you are more than profitable. From here to here, you are more than profitable. Mhm, mhm, mhm. Very tough situation, right? Am I bullish? Of course, I'm not bullish. I was bullish until this area because this is the most logical level this market should reach. After reaching, oh, not there. Yeah, I think it's here. After reaching there, then market fall. I'm very happy because overall, I'm thinking this market will come over here. It has to come to this volume imbalance from the daily chart around this area. Has to come over here. But before coming here, I really wanted to see it will go higher and trade this area, then it will start to fall. But it's not doing that. It just started fall from there. I'm not happy for that fall to see from there. And yeah, of course, I would switch my bias if I would see that while this liquidity has been cleared, market is extremely bearish, showing me the speed. Then I could switch the bias until over here to take the sell. But as the market didn't do that, I'm not interested to take the sell. I'm still believing this market is going to finish the unfinished business over here, which should be corrected. Regular trading hour, market open, falling. Every people are in this sell. They are selling. I don't want them to be profitable. It has to go higher. Came to this opening gap at least the 50%. It has to come over here. As long as this not coming over here, I'm not convinced by this market to think that it's a bearish market. So even if it failed to come to this 50%, which absolutely okay, but it has to come to this opening gap 50% at least before falling. All you are seeing, this is a consolidation seek and destroy mode, a high resistance liquidity run, or all of these things. That means highly volatile candle are doing the consolidation over here, which is nearly impossible to trade, at least with the tight stop loss. Most of the time people just stop me out, then it go toward its direction. Seems like so beautiful sell side, I mean sell delivery, right? It'll go higher again. Until now, there is not even a single body that has closed this upper quadrant of this week. See, that week at the beginning, I showed you this week. Remember that week quadrant, not even a single body that has closed below this upper quadrant level. That's a great sign. I'm bullish, extremely bullish. Just look at this reaction from that area. Now, some of you will think that it's why it is important. Now, it's not possible for me to trade because of the high volatility. But as long as they're not going to show me the weakness that I'm falling, I can't take or think about a sell. Yeah, one body has closed below this upper quadrant level. Then I can start to think, oh, okay, maybe now the market will fall. Maybe, not 100%, maybe. But as long as they're not going to do that, not body is going to close below the upper quadrant, it's extremely bullish to me. So this is the first time I think it has closed below this upper quadrant level while I was talking about these things. So this is the first time. Now it can start to fall without any sort of uh, retracement or something like that. This is the first time I'll start to think about a sell from the any sort of bearish period over here, or I can use this gap as well to take the sell. So I'm here, I'm trading now, and after seeing this candle, I'm interested to take the sell from this old gap, to take the sell from there for a short period of time, okay? Think maybe until this low over here, until that low, or maybe 5 handle below this low from this gap. After seeing that candle close below the upper quadrant level of this area, now is it going to work? I have no idea. It is highly volatility. Market left all of this unfinished business over here. So what I need to do, I should not go for this trade. I have to let this fall go. Come here, we'll start to look for buy from there. This is the sign when it closed below. Now there is no, like something, what to say, no resistance. Confirmed, I'm falling. Now it is falling. I will wait for the buy again from this area, these two line over here, around here. Not going to push the button, just use the, as I was looking for buy and I had this buy side liquidity over here, relatively equal highs. That was the range low. This is the deep premium. If it come to this deep premium, this is on the queue. That buy side liquidity is on the queue. If it doesn't want to go for this buying opportunity, and I have seen that it failed to trade this deep premium, closed below this lowest PDRA, good to go for the sell. That sell side liquidity here, old sell side liquidity. This is the sign I could switch my bias from here if it could do this type of thing. So here, any sort of gap below this liquidity is a good opportunity to take the sell. Now, can you take the sell over here, brother? It came to the deep discounted area. This is the next period that market should go. Finally, market confirmed that I'm going to fall. Went through this gap line, which is the liquidity line, build this gap and that gap. We'll take the sell from this gap, lowest gap, by covering the highest gap over here until this period over here. Can I do that? No, I can't do that. 44 handle. No, I can't do that. I can't take this trade. It's highly volatile. What I can do, I can simply take that trade and cover just the opening of this gap, so that even if it doesn't work, I will have another opportunity to take sell, or I'll let the run go toward the buy side liquidity, which is left all of this liquidity open over there, and as well as the opening gap. Tough, right? These gaps. Anytime it will fall, tap here, that's the selling opportunity. It should give me the speed right now. Where should be my stop loss? At least above this candle over here. See this candle, just above this candle over here, 46 candle. Target this next PDRA, which is over here, that PDRA. Didn't work, brother. 46 candle loss. I'm not interested to take that 46 candle. So what I will do, cover that gap opening only. If I can cover the 50% of this gap, more good. If I can't cover it, just opening of this gap, by thinking it's gonna work as a breakaway gap, it's gonna work as an entry gap. After getting the market structure shift, entry gap, breakaway gap, market is falling for the next PDRA. So yesterday I have framed this type of setup, if you guys remember. Unfortunately, it didn't tap to the gap. Instead of tapping to the gap, market keep falling. This is that same gap. What gave me the confidence to take the sell right now in this deep discounted area? Sell side liquidity, which was over here, which was the only sell side liquidity I had. Swept the liquidity, interested to go higher, just sweeping the liquidity. This time, when the liquidity or the obvious liquidity has been cleared with speed, this is the sign I'm continuing to go lower for the next PDRA. How? From this entry or the last gap. Most importantly, entry gap. This is the breakaway gap. Sell here for the liquidity over here. Not going for any other trade this morning session anymore because it's really difficult. I'm not interested to take the sell. I'll only frame the buy from here again. So while this market will come here, I'll start to look for the buy in from there. One is sweeping liquidity, one is go through that liquidity. This is called go through the liquidity. It went through this liquidity and it is called sweeping the liquidity. If I see the sweeping liquidity, I'm bullish. If I see this go through this liquidity, I'm bearish until the next PDRA. And I believe this is the next PDRA. There is no other PDRA over here except that PDRA. Very tough day for me actually, but if you have the money management, if you have the risk management for yourself, and if you didn't get like winning trade, maybe you took two losses, you stopped trading over there, congratulations brother, you have survived. Some days the price is really so bad and very tough to trade. On in those days you will just stop after taking a small portion of the losses. Those days are good, you keep going for the trade by switching your accounts. Let me put the stop loss in the most logical level just to observe it. Okay, this is the breakaway gap. The main importance of this gap is market can trade this gap or constant encroachment, but the full gap should not be closed 100%. It will leave the sign that I am bearish. I don't have the time to trade these imbalances. This is the importance of the breakaway gap over here. This breakaway gap. For example, I'm switching the bias, right? I took this buy, didn't work. I took this buy, didn't work. So two losses over here. I switched or closed that account. I took another account, another buy didn't work. So I took that buy from another account, didn't work. I still have one more opportunity to go for the trade in the same account. So I took the sell over here. So one loss, I'll see if it can give me the partial and the boom, whatever it is. If I get that, I'm gonna stop trading in that account as well. That's why you need more accounts. But if you trade one account, one loss, two loss, three loss, you are not able to take this entry as well because your stop loss is over here. Your maximum stop loss is not going to support that stop loss. So in that type of scenario, maybe your stop loss has to be here or here because of the volatility, and then you will get stopped out and your account is blown. But if you have more accounts, for example, you have five accounts, challenge accounts, you took two losses in that challenge account, absolutely okay brother, you still didn't blow the account. One loss is in another challenge account, not funded account, because this is a low probable area. One loss, you took it here, you took another sell to that specific account again. So here maybe you took 30 handle loss. Here how much did it provide you? 27 handle. So maybe you will try to take the partial around 30 handle, put your stop loss to the break even, hold the trade for this area. So in that account you took one loss, one win that is going to cover your loss plus some profit. So you have taken two losses in one account, another account, you are absolutely good with that. That is the importance of you to have more accounts. If you have just one account, no, it's you are not going to be successful with that. This candle validate this order block. Next candle trade this order block, closed here. The very next candle retest this order block, is going to fall again. I hope so. If we do that, time is 11:10. Good time for the speed. I really don't know if I have any other liquidity here or not. If you guys have, can mark any other liquidity. I just remember ICT maybe showed something here somewhere. Okay, so that can be a good area to take the partial. I just don't remember what is that line. The only thing I don't want to see any short of body close above this line. Nobody should close above this line. That is the only thing I need to see over here. I agree, Tito. I think it will go higher as well. It will go higher. The next area is here. From here, I'll start to look for buy again from that area. So I'm more interested to take the buy. I'm not interested to take any short of sell. The job it has done around this area, I'm not happy with this. So I am not interested to take any short of sell or nothing. I'll just only go for the buy. This is the 50% of the order block, which is the mean threshold. This order block or here. Body close above this is not acceptable. If it really would love to keep falling. Look at the candles volatility. Just 56 candle. Is it normal? Absolutely it's normal. Look at this 50-minute chart. It's absolutely normal from the 15-minute chart's candles size. So this is absolutely normal for the 50-minute candle size. However, how much it has fallen over here? It has fallen around 41 handle or something like that. So if I put my stop loss over here 46 handle, and if I would love to go for the 1:1 partial, which is 46 handle as well, I'm not able to capture even the what is I mean the uh, partial as well. I can't do that. So am I bullish now? Of course not. I'm still bearish. As long as it's not going to, I mean, break any sort of bearish PDRA, I'm still bull. I'm sorry, I'm still bearish. When the bearish PDRAs are going to be broken, then maybe I'll start to think about the bullish run. This run is absolutely normal, but here we are not able to see this as a normal because the volatility is huge. But if you forget about the handles, how many handles it is, if you forget about that, it's absolutely normal that run. Simply, it's very normal over here. You'll start to think about the buy. Absolutely wrong. This PDRS, I can't use it anymore. Those people who are looking for buy, you can take the buy. I really don't have any idea is if it trade anything over here or not. Let me see one more time. I'm still bearish actually. From the daily chart, I have nothing. 4 hour chart. Mm, Not convinced. Not convinced. Not bullish. I'm not bullish at all. Yeah, I'm not bullish. Still, I'll keep with watching this market if it can fall. Good. It's look like a good 22 YT model buy model. Now in this type of scenario, I'm like 50-50. Why? First of all, I really would love to see it will go higher to finish all of this unfinished business. But it is using this 4 hour gap that is not convincing for me, to be honest. I'm not convinced by this 4 hour chart at all. If this happened from this two line, I could start to look for the buy. So I'm not convinced by this 22 YT model over here. Will not take any sort of buying opportunity from this area. I can't do that. If any of you think this is a 22 IT model, you guys can do that, but it's not a good 22 IT model to me yet. Till this bearish movement valid to me, that means if the body can close below this entry gap, I got stopped out. I would love to go for re-entry from here, from that entry gap. I'm not bullish yet. That fall is not convincing to me. I'm not convinced by this fall. It should keep falling, and I would love to go for re-entry if I got stopped out over here after taking the partial, if I have the opportunity. Okay, so here I would love to go for the re-entry by covering just the breakaway gap. Again, this stop loss is not enough. Okay, it's huge for me, so forget about that. Like, but I can't switch the bias to take the buy. I can't do that. I have to think about the sell. But if you think this is a good 22 IT model, you guys can try it. But I'm not convinced by the market to think about the bullishness yet. Still, it's bearish to me until this gap. I know that we have the 4 hour gap, but I'm not convinced by that 4 hour gap. It has been used already. I need to see this market to fall over here. So here I got stopped out. You can see how beautifully this breakaway gap holding the market. We did the damage. That high plus some handle. If I can, oh, okay, I have this small gap over there. I didn't notice this gap. My mistake. As a hindsight, this is the last gap. As a hindsight, I really don't look for this type of gaps. This is the last gap, so I have to cover this gap plus few handle. However, I'm not taking any short here. I'm not trading this market, but would love to see it will keep falling more over here. Then after coming here, I would love to look for some sort of buying opportunity from here. Again, if you would love to go for the buy, please don't hesitate. Okay, just go for that. But I'm not happy to see this as a buying opportunity. It seems like an inducement leg to me, which has cleared the liquidity, traded that last FVC as an hindsight again, and then market is going to fall again. Over to gap by one area. This price action is disgusting. Yes, sir, it's disgusting. The more hurting word is it's highly volatile. That's the more, like shit things over here. It's an old daily low 25025. 25025, that's the old daily low. Okay, let me see where is 25025. Here somewhere. That is the old daily low. Okay. I'm just interested to see it will come over here. Okay, not only this daily low, it will come over here. Then I will start to look for the buy from here again. Expect today's Epic sales 90% discount. 25K account is for $18.70. 50K account $19.70. In February 4th, use code T2T. This 22 YT model from 4 hour fair value gap. I think you were talking about this one. It's already done. So I'm sorry, I didn't read your comment, Jait. So this was not convincing 22 YT model to me because this was random to me. That reversal was random. Yeah, I could use that 4 hour gap. I'm not good at 4 hour gap. I'm really not good at 4 hour gap, but I don't know what to say. But in this type of scenario, I better look for the breaker block here, the lowest down close body close candle. So this candle I would love to look for as a breaker block. Mark this one here. I better look for the break. I mean, sorry, what to say? That breaker block. Frame another cell from here around here. I have to cover this bullish gap, which I'm not able to do. So I think I have to cover the 50% at least. Target that gap around this. Not one of the best breaker block, but some type of breaker block over here. Not the best one. Okay, first of all, this is not the best one. And I will see if I have the I can mark the tune FVG around this area, which never failed until now. I'll try to mark that tune FVG for the confirmation. If I can have the confirmation. Stop over trading, brother. I really appreciate it. Stop over trading. Take two losses, stop over there. No need to trade this type of days. Keep pushing yourself to mitigate your loss. Tomorrow is gonna be a beautiful day. But today it's bad. Let it go. I don't know why you do have an old right regular trading hour gap 17th December. Regular trading hour 17th December. I don't know which one you're talking about. Are you talking about these gaps, brother? This is not from the regular trading hour. This is from the 15 minute sorry hourly chart, hourly last day. These two line. I'll just look for the tune FBZ if I have any. All good. Got stopped out. Lol. I lost 9 eval apex today. Stop over trading. That's gonna cost you a lot. If you see this volatility over here, follow that rules very strictly. Two loss stop, one win stop. Follow that very strictly. Regular trading hour session gap. I didn't mark any regular trading session gap. Where did I mark it? I marked this two line, which is the 50-minute last FBZ, sorry, hourly last FBZ. I didn't mark this regular trading hour gap. I even didn't see that there is a regular trading hour gap. I just marked this gap from hourly chart. I go to the hourly chart and go to the regular trading hour, electronic trading hour. See this? That last FBZ. I just marked that last FBZ from the hourly chart. I didn't mark anything from the regular trading hour. Yeah, okay. It didn't work. Nothing is working, right? Suddenly our price action stopped working. It's not like that. It's the tough day to trade. So that's why I'm not pushing the button anymore. Like that was the last opportunity for me. It didn't work. I'm not pushing the button anymore from anywhere from here. I can't cover the specific area. I can't do that. So I have to let this go. This morning session, I have to let this go. Wait to see around the PM session if I can find something good over there. হ্যাঁ মা বলো আচ্ছা আচ্ছা রাখো তাহলে moving. Got you, brother. Thank you. Exactly, not working. It's trapping. Absolutely, brother. I think we all better to stay away from the keyboard from AM session at least. You should do that. At least after getting some losing trade, you should stop trading over here. The market simply saying you don't touch me. I'm not respecting any PDROs over there. Other days, like if you were with me around the PM session yesterday, for example, just for the sake of this conversation, if you were with me around the PM session yesterday, how did it respect every single PDR over here so precisely? So precisely, how did it respect? And today, until now, is there any PDR that is respecting? No, it's just violating. I didn't mark anything over here that is not like good to me. I didn't mark anything randomly or newly today. Nothing. It's just not working. Simply, it's not respecting the PDR. That's all. If you see this type of scenario, avoid trading. I entry model काम नहीं कर रहा काम नहीं कर रहा entry model काम नहीं कर रहा. Yeah, it's not working. I think you mean to say that it's not working. The dealing range for our has been working in amazing way according to last macro dealing range for after sell next target. Okay, I just don't want to go to the 4 hour chart. I can simply see that from 1 minute chart. No PDR is working. It's simply violating all the PDRs. Nothing is working over here. I don't need to worry about anything over here to go for the trade. We'll let this market to go to come around the PM session to find out the better price action. I'll keep it like this and I'll show you how the PM session is gonna be beautiful. If it is beautiful, if it works, then I will show you how beautiful the PM session will be by respecting the PDRs. However, if you have any of you have watched the ICT's last video, which one has been posted on his YouTube channel, I don't know you guys also did it watch it or not. Over there, ICT has explained how you should wait for the March until March. So from April, maybe you will get the better price action. I really don't know why he was talking like that way to wait until the March. I really have no idea. I'm not saying this to you. I'm just saying what ICT has told. Okay, so you can watch that video. Inside that video, ICT has explained. I mean, ICT just told that you should wait for April to get the good price action. But I have no idea why is that. Do you see base of unicorn setting up? It's not bullish yet to me. It's still that is bearish, but market is consolidating. It's just seek and destroy mode. Still bearish. As long as it's not coming to this gap, I'm still bearish. Yeah, after here, maybe I can start to look for buy. Late. W pattern, if we break above sell side liquidity, that might trigger me long. Okay, so you are looking for this. So if it close above this, you would love to look for a buy. Okay, sure, brother. I'm gonna clean my chart. All of these, they're not important at all anymore. Just I can see that 50-minute last gap over here has been respected so beautifully here. That means closed. Gap, nobody closed below above the constant crossment. Come back to the sell side liquidity. Started to consolidate again over here. Yep. Build the clean lows over here. New sell side liquidity engineered. That's gonna be cleared. Market is coming here. Then it can start to go higher. Okay. I'll just see this to you, Slate. Okay. So your plan is if the body close above this high, you will try to take the buy over there and you will add more over here, I guess. What did you say? Plus add if pull back to C of the fair value gap below. So if it comes here, You will add more over there. Still now you didn't enter into a trade, so I don't need to do that. Okay, I'm not interested to see it will keep going higher. I would love to see it will fall, take that low, relatively equal lows, market engineered, trade this, and then it will start to go higher. Let's see, brother. And if there is an SMT, that is the best case of scenario. If there is an SMT, have that. Exactly, or I might wait for the pullback to 25080 and get in early. 080, get in early. Okay, so you would love to take the entry over here, right? Let's see, brother, if it can provide you that entry opportunity. If I were you, I wouldn't look for the buy right now. I would start to think about a selling opportunity from there, from a new PTR, still respecting that breakaway gap and the entry gap. But yeah, of course, there is always a different type of view. I really would love to see if your view works over here or not. Those people who have the opportunity to go to the 15-second chart, you will see a beautiful 22 bearish model over there from 15-second chart. If you have the access to the 15-second chart, look for that bearish 22 IT model over there. And please let me know that. Is there anyone who has the access to 15-second chart? Around this area, there should be a beautiful 22 bearish model here, around here. There should be a beautiful 22 IT model, bearish model. In these days, really 15-second chart, 30-second chart are the best because you are not going to take huge risk from that smaller area. Like, for example, if the 22 IT model appear here, I think the stop loss will be very small around that area. It's really good to use the 15-second chart instead of the uh, 1 minute chart to take the entry. Okay, however, if you tap here a slate, are you going to take the entry from there? Think you are going to take the entry? Where should be your stop loss? Please let me know that. Yes, they are with 2 CV, 3 consecutive bearish gaps. 15-second chart looks so beautiful. It should be so beautiful. ICT also shared his execution from 15-second chart. So while I was watching this area around here, I should go to the 15-second chart to find out a good opportunity to take the buy. Okay, so yeah, you are in a trade. Let me know where is your stop loss, brother. Phoenix, where is your stop loss, brother? Just let me know that. If I were you, I would never look for the buy from here. But it's still below the low or below the fair value gap is depending on your risk. So if you put below this fair value gap, you'll get stopped out already. But if you put it below this low, that's good area. So Sujivan, it didn't give the entry over there, right? Did it give the entry from that bearish model, 22 IT model? Best area to think about a sell from here, from your lower time frame. That's gonna help you to put your stop loss, smaller stop loss. Yes, it did from third gap, not valid. If it did it from the last gap, it is not valid. Okay, I'll keep it here with Slate, but I'll go with my one as well. Okay. My stop loss is like kind of 40 handle, and he's 36. Wow, almost same to same. I want to take the sell from this entry gap. Slate, if you just close the trade, let me know that, brother. So what is 24991.25? 991.25. These two line, they're the hourly last FVG. FVG. Hourly last FVG. 15-second chart actually worked. I posted in Discord. Thank you, brother. I'll check it actually later. I'll check it. But yeah, I mean, this type of days is really good to trade through the 15-second chart. I prefer 15-second chart rather than 30-second chart, because over there, if you look for the setup from there, you will be able to put your stop loss in a very smaller stop loss, very small stop loss. You don't even need to take this type of huge stop loss from depending on the 15-second charts PTRS. This type of days are really good for those type of 15-second charts or 1 second chart. Unlike what we are playing around in the fair value gap too long, needed to seek quick bounce, we will exit more or move to break even stop as soon as the opportunity arises. Okay, so I don't think so your opportunity will come, but if it come, of course, man. Remember that old entry FBC, breakaway gap, everything. Like breakaway gap is actually these two gap all together, and entry is over here, so I'm just gonna keep that breakaway gap over here. Does anyone know the reset discounted code for take profit trader? It's gonna be T2 wizard, brother. The same code, T2 wizard. While it will come here, I'll start to look for the buy again from that area. That's my logical level to think about a buy exit from that gap. But remember, I'm not bullish for long term, I'm bearish for long term for this volume imbalance from the daily chart. So today I was also interested to see this fall, but after reaching over here, so this candle reversed from that old new week opening gap low, but I wanted to see it will go higher first, tap here, then it will start to fall for this volume imbalance over here. As it didn't do that and came to this last FVG from the hourly chart, I need some sort of reaction from there right now without any sort of thinking. One more time, it should give me the order block entry from that last FVG. Otherwise, it will just keep falling and take that gap and it will keep falling. Okay, it's not working. T2 reserve for pro account. Mm, I don't know then, brother. Now I'm good to look for any sort of buying opportunity. Okay, so around the PM session, if I see the market is above this area, I'll keep looking for the buying opportunity above this line. Otherwise, maybe I'll stop trading for the rest of the day. We'll come back maybe the next day. This day today is really so difficult to trade because of the volatility. At the first, I was waiting for a buying opportunity from the order block. Unfortunately, I was not able to put the stop loss below the order block because of the volatility, so got stopped out prematurely. Then market went higher, gave me the partial level at least. Market fall, tap here, that's a loss. I should take that loss. I have to accept that loss. It's a logical loss to me. Then this market came here. I tried one more time to take the entry, didn't work. So three losing trade. I mean, in a row, three losing trade. Didn't do anything over here. Didn't go for any sort of trade. Didn't go for that retracement over here. Small retracement. Didn't go for that. Didn't take that sell. Didn't take this sell. Didn't do anything over here. Took three losses. I have one account. Stop over there. I have more account. One, two losses in one account. One losses in another account. Another boom, another boom, another boom. So you will just take three losses in a row. After that, you will just keep getting the boom. Every single other trade has given you the partial level. However, so even pro reset is 649 for why you are doing that, brother? Okay, I don't do interrupt that. I should not interrupt you. But why you are going to do that? Why you are going to reset your pro account? Don't do that. On that $649, you will be able to buy six more challenge account. Out of six challenge account, there is high probability you will pass at least two. So by the same amount of the money, you will be able to get like two funded account. So why do you need to reset your account? If you really need the funded account, go somewhere else. For example, Tradify, I think Blue Guardian Futures, they have like cheaper account, funded account. They have the cheaper account. Or maybe you can buy another kind of pro account from the Tick Profited. I really don't know if they have or not, but don't go for that resetting account. I'm telling this to you for your good. Spend that $649 to buy more challenge account to pass them. There will be high probability to pass more funded account, like three, four out of six. Maybe you fortunately you passed three funded account. Buy all them together. Go separately. Try to build more funded account. It's my opinion, brother. Again, but it's your choice. I'm not saying anything to you to do. Just saying you my opinion. You should not spend that much money just to reset a funded account. It's illogical to me, however. Thank you for the explaining. You're most welcome, Sumones. Please don't do that, brother. It's a wasting of the money. I don't want you to waste your money. Exactly, Purdia, Bulgarian traders, Tradify, Lucid have funded accounts for cheaper than resetting TPT Pro account. That's my point, brother. You should not reset your account by that much money. If it was like $200, I would say, oh, please go for that. But $649 for one account, come on, man. It's just wasting the money. Don't do that. If you like Take Profit Trader, buy six account. You will be able to buy six account, challenge account by that amount of money. Out of 6 account, I promise you, brother, you will at least pass 2 account if you buy them all together. But if you go one by one, I have no idea how you are going to do that. But if you have 6 account all together, forget about six. Buy 5 account all together, go separately, one by one. Try to pass them one by one. Like today trade one account, tomorrow trade one account, one win stop, two loss stop, like this way. Just keep. I think it will take bit time, maybe 1 week, but at least at the end of the week, you will have at least 2 to 3 funded account. I think it's more logical to me. However, transaction is going to be beautiful during lunch session. Lol. I am seeing that, brother. Actually, all of these things happened inside the lunch hour. I was just watching it. Why it is so beautiful inside the lunch hour? But lunch hour is the time where the market is going to start to be beautiful. The PM session is gonna be so beautiful. I hope so. So for withdrawal request is pending but not processed, but the account is liquidate. So can the amount still be released? Of course, they will be released. They should be released. I mean, if you just if it they approve the withdrawal, when you will request the payout, then they have to approve that. When they will approve that, the amount will be gone from. Oh, okay, then you will get it. You will get it, brother. No worries about that. If I'm not wrong, because I didn't ever fall in this type of situation, but I think you will get that. So, Zivan, if you have any idea, just you can share, brother. Let's see if it can actually stop from coming after coming here or not. Really a tough day. Very tough day. 400 handle. This is my next idea, next area where I'm expecting this market will come. Right at the beginning, I have just told you all of these things. Well, while the market will close below this volume imbalance, the next stoppage is over here. So while the market will come here, it's gonna stop. I hope so. It should stop over here. Should not clear that low. It should not take that low. It should stop over here. Then it should start to go higher again for this all-time high. Should not clear this low. That should be the last stoppage. In other words, if I just mark it in a very precise way, then it's gonna be here. So this is more precise way to retrace. Just all I have to do, I have to mark this with the quadrant level to see which level market is going to respect. However, any of you have watched the movie, or not the movie, actually it's the called the series Hannibal. Hannibal. Any of you have watched that series? No? So this is gonna be the next stop is for the market to stop. I think if it is broken from the hourly chart, just need to take it from the hourly. Yeah, if this candle close below this gap, then that should be the next stop is for the market to stop before going higher again. Not a good day, but yeah, we'll see it next time. Any of you have watched that movie, Hannibal? I mean, not the movie, it's a series. Okay, guys, I don't think so anybody have watched that movie series. I'll be back around the PM session through the Discord link. I mean, sorry, Discord live streaming. If I see something good, I'll come and try to trade that market around the PM session. This morning session, 3 loss in a row. A very bad day for us, for me actually. But I didn't do anything wrong over here, unfortunately. Fortunately, I didn't do anything wrong. I follow the rules and then I just got stopped out. It's absolutely okay. So sometimes shit happens. Some days are not good. But yeah, absolutely. Have to hope for the best. And this is the last week for the low probable area in my opinion. From the next week, I'm hoping I'm gonna get the beautiful price action from the next week. But ICT told to wait until the April. I'm not interested to wait until April. From the next week, I should get the good price action. Very bad day. Is there anyone who is in who is in green today? Just before closing, I need to know: is there anyone who is in green today? How to join your membership group? Membership group. Let me see if I can show that to you. Mm, I don't see the. Okay, Uchuk, you're green. Congratulations, brother. Just let me see how you can join the membership. I think you're the guy who asked me this question through the link. Anyone who can help me about this? How can a guy can join to the members area? Just wondering if you can go over what you expect might happen from blow down until the end of the day. Thanks. I'll be here, brother, around the PM session. I'll be here. I'm red in Evil, green in price action. That's cool, man. If you aren't a member and you just membership, it will give you the option to join. Yeah, I was trying to show this to him because he's not able to join, but I have no idea how to show this to him. Okay, here you see this join our members. There is a join button. If you click on that join, then there is four option. You can choose anything you want. It is just for the appreciation. So whatever you would love to go, everything is gonna be the same. Okay, these four of them, all of them are same. You can just click on the join button and you'll be able to join. I think so. Okay, brother. There is the like here. If you come to the channel, a member, just there is a join button. So just click on that join button and then you can choose which one you would love to join, and then you can just simply click on that join. Click on the join next to SMC trader guy, and you I think you guys will be able to see the join button over here. As this is the channel, I'm my channel, maybe they're showing it over here, but if you come, maybe you will be able to see the join button here somewhere. I think so, brother. I'm just not sure about that. If the daily, I mean, sorry, hourly candle, if this hourly candle doesn't close below this hourly gap, all the PM session I'll look for the buy as long as this market is above this hourly gap, around this hourly gap. I'll keep looking for the buying opportunity. If the hourly candle close below this gap and the next candle, maybe it will keep showing me the bearishness, maybe I'll keep looking for the selling opportunity until here around this volume imbalance and the daily gap. But this is the last line, this was the last line for me to think about the sell and then go for higher again from this gap over here from the hourly chart. As long as the hourly candle is not going to close below this, it's valid for me to think about a buying opportunity. Yes, I mean, first, okay. Thank you so much, guys, for being over here, and Sophia, thank you for so much for sharing this. If we are going to start the discipline challenge, so if you any of you are interested, please click on that link, this link, Discord link, or to the pin comment, this Discord link. It's absolutely free. You'll be able to join our Discord link. Okay, please don't forget to join and vote over there to join that discipline challenge. It's gonna be absolutely free for you to join, but you have to have one prof account from any sort of prof firm. Thank you so much for being over here. See you the PM session through the Discord live. Until then, cheers, guys.